Slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Let's see. We have St. Darren from Dublin is here. Vigilam's here. Nunya's here. Weetsy Bat's here. Chick's here. It's a good start. I know it's very rare for me to go live mornings now, but well, this actually, I will give you some behind the scenes truth. This live stream is product of a conversation. And it was told to me that it would make a good live stream content, which, okay, I'm good for. So I immediately, of course, when people tell me things that they're interested in doing, I immediately try to lock it in and make it happen within 30 minutes. So this is like a 30-minute old conversation. And I have a guest that's going to be coming up. You may know this person. Very famous on the YouTube. I don't know who. As soon as they come up, we'll let them know. Sweet Wheat's here. Hi, Sweet Wheat. The title actually is indicative of the content this time. I know sometimes I just randomly put shit up, but I found a creative way of using words in conversation to create a title. So hopefully there's some value for this conversation. The conversation, as people say. Sorry, I'm not doing any Hugh Laurie impersonations. I already did enough Peter Cullen, rest his soul, impersonations yesterday. I think I transformed and rolled out about 30 times. If you didn't know, the voice of Optimus Prime and various Eeyore and Car from Knight Rider and the introduction to Voltron, a lot of our 80s children's childhood. He passed away yesterday at 85. So I wonder where my guest is. This probably won't work without a guest. You have a feeling? It's more than a feeling, Darren, as Boston once said. I don't know. I never assume that everything's going to sound good and have a good. I always assume a shit show, honestly. I will be really honest. I have good intentions, but then also realize things could turn into a shit show. I hope not, but you always have to prepare. So I'll just fill in time until my guest finds their way to their device and joins the pinned live stream. Is it pinned? No, it's not. Mother. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. Hang on. Let me do pin it though. Hi, Phil. How are you?
Who's this guest you're having?
Huh?
Who's this guest you're having? Oh, where's my mic?
Your volume's low.
I know it. Hold on a minute. Wasn't prepared to go live.
Turn it up.
Let's see if this helps. Hold on.
No, chick. Only the possibility of one. There's always the possibility. I'm just saying. Nothing bad about anyone. Not predicting it. Just prepared for it. And now, as my guest finds his microphone.
Test. Can you hear me?
Not really.
God damn fucking. Sorry. Forgot about the cussing. I was gonna curb that. How about now? Oh, I see you messing with my volume. I see it.
I did. Hey, let me drop it down a little bit and see if you. I'm gonna put it back to 100.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
That's perfect.
Oh.
Just don't swallow the microphone.
Boonk.
Because then we have to call emergency services, and that sucks.
Don't be doing that.
No. All right,
I
Phil.
didn't have it plugged in and stuff, so it's. Can you hear the music in the background? I hope not.
80s rap music, Busta Rhymes.
Really? No.
No, I'm kidding. I can't hear shit.
It's rat.
Bang your head.
Bang your head. Lay it down. A lot of you heard that in the back seat of Camaros. Shit, there I go again. What the hell? I can't get out of this mode I'm in all the time with saying shit that might make some people laugh, might make some people uncomfortable. I don't know. It's horrible.
Well, that's okay. So that was part of the discussion. So we were having a semi-private conduction. Hang on a minute. I got
an itch. You have an itch somewhere?
No. Hang on.
All right.
Yeah, Phil's the mystery guest. It was a mystery until he came up here.
Big mystery.
Now, not so much.
Woo! Look at okay. Look, oh, what's going on here? Oh no.
I got a little bit of.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm mentally block it out of my head.
I don't need a red light on my. I don't need to have a red light telling me my mic is working.
Yes, you do.
I can snip these. Hold on.
No, don't snip anything right now.
No. Oh, it's a screw. Oh, thank God. I'm dismantling my blue chrome shit mic that we always had problems with. You remember the one?
The Yeti, the Snowball.
Yeah, the Snowball. So since I've been dismantling a lot of stuff, I'm just going to dismantle it.
Okay, hopefully you can multitask.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I have my smoothie to my side, so I'm ready to go. So there was a conversation this morning about communication, basically. I'm just going to give the really general overview of it.
Excellent.
And effective communication and being right, being audience versus talking to friends and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it was centered around your messaging and how you felt your messaging was always misconstrued as anger, all the negatives, right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'd say you're correct.
And you were kind of trying to understand why people always assume that you're angry, which has been a theme, and you've brought this up many times.
Well, yeah, I mean, people say it. Gwen says it. Miller says it. And yeah, I have been angry before, but it seems that they're stuck in the past. Oh shit, there I go. It seems, I don't know. Most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth in the way is for punctuation. So if I'm saying some shit, I need to stop the cussing too. That doesn't punctuate.
No, see, okay, hang on. Let me stop you there.
Yeah, okay, all right, gotcha.
Vulgarity has a place, but you have to realize that sometimes vulgarity is going to cause a reaction out of people. Some people don't like it at all. You're never going to please everyone when you communicate how you feel and what your thoughts are. If you wait to do that, you're never going to speak again. But so people find you angry. They find that you speak with anger and communicate with anger. And I think we talked about words, choices, tone, volume. Remember the infamous time where I was told that I was yelling at someone?
Yes.
And everyone else said, no, he just raised his volume.
Right.
And for a long time, I didn't understand the difference. Now, I think when men especially speak in high, loud volume, it can affect certain people, men and women alike, just because of the way we're raised, how we were raised, who we were raised by. Volume can be you can have a reaction to volume. Tone. Oh, wow, look, it's Phil. He's on panel. Woo. Oh, great. Or hey, great. Phil, thanks for being up here. Different tone, how you're, putting it out there. There's a lot of information in your vocality. And then, of course, if you're going along and someone says something you don't like, and you're like, fuck. Now, right there, someone out there had a reaction to me doing that. And I didn't do it loud, but it was a stronger. I know. I should stop.
And then I tend to go back the other direction when somebody mentions something like that, and I've done it this morning already, is kind of be sarcastic about it,
That is a fallback for people. For me, I try to be sarcastic. But then you also mentioned like trying to put out your thoughts and feelings, and then does it matter? Well, it matters to one person.
I'm waiting.
And that's you.
Oh. Oh.
At least one person, right? Now, the other people may agree with you, but what you're saying obviously first matters to you because you said it and you thought about it. Sometimes we say shit just randomly, but when you say things, do you ever regret saying things? Like,
I have regretted in the past. Yeah, of course.
But you're saying that you're not angry all the time. It just comes across that way to people.
Yeah, because they either just think of me as just another run-of-the-mill influencer on YouTube.
Influencer.
Oh man.
Yes.
No, I don't know. Just my brother's done it. He's pushed back, and I guess there has to be value in somebody that's pushing back on you. Like, for whatever reason, when I was listening to Miller's latest drive thing, Raging Through the Night, that he got to his destination and jammed that thing in park and got out. Miller's out. Clank. But I was sitting there steaming. I was steaming to myself because he was getting stuff wrong. He was well, and then I thought, well, it's wrong in my head, but does everyone think that I'm crazy nuts because I have certain views about certain things, which I'm trying to clean out of my head because when I'm around a bunch of people who think differently than I do, I think that I'm the crazy one, you know?
Well, you're
Uh,
never crazy when you're around people that agree with you or see the same
well,
values as
no,
you, right?
no, it's there's so many layers to this. It's kind of a job to cut through it all, but I
I have a
realized that
sharp knife.
great, me too. Diagonal cutters. If I would have
Hmm.
said the name of these things, the way it was when I was growing up, I'd probably get an email or kicked off of YouTube the rest of the way. Um, the it's let's see. When you talk about procedural decisions or what happens if somebody wasn't in a position they were in uh, anymore, what would happen next? Is it going to be any better? Uh, that's that's fine and dandy because I know that exists, and I know that going deep into the list of people that would take over doesn't get any better at all. Elections don't make anything better at all. What I'm talking about and what others are talking about and been blamed for being obsessed is this is currently happening now. We're not talking about 3 years ago, like the current administration is obsessed with. We're not talking about um, other administrations. It's happening now. They think they're right. There's a bunch of people pointing at them and saying, no, come on, you're not. When you do lame things like put your name all over everything, of course, people are going to compare that to uh, dictators in the past. And wanted to include Miller in that. Tater, potato, get it? Okay, all right.
Dick potato hater.
Potato, yeah. But it's when I think of something like that, it'll never be carried out. I'll never do it. Will I have some sort of um, skip in my step, glee in my voice for a while? But I think like not everyone, like it's been pointed out to me, uh, the next person's not going to be any better, or there will be another person. Will that person be better? Well, who knows? We're talking about what's happening currently, and that's where I think a lot of it gets mixed up. Is I'm talking currently. I'm not talking a long time ago. I'm not talking 1963. I'm not talking Bush family. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about current. That seems to be a problem with a lot of people around is staying current. I mean, we've had a friend in the channel, KCL, come up and go back into Byzantine history, trying to explain gas prices that are happening in 2025. We're all aware of all that. So, but it's just frustration because I don't look at myself as getting. I've talked about this before, getting it wrong with people, but I've got it wrong with a lot of people. And my feelings towards Democrats or Republicans or conservatives or liberals or whatever, uh, it's all the same because they're basically all the same. But what gets me though is when somebody says, when Miller says the way he says it, finally, some what did he say? Some truth from the left. I'm like, what? See, it just really. I know it doesn't bother a lot of people when people say things a certain way, but it really bothers me when people say things a certain way. Me, myself, and I. Just
He
me.
was referring to me
Yeah, I know. I know. He said the
when,
left, and
yeah,
you're not left.
I'm
You're
not left or right.
or right. You're not. Yeah. So
I can borrow from one. I mean, there's things that each side have done wonderful, and thoughts and ideas that maybe didn't come to fruition, but I thought there's a good ground for this. Cool. I hope to see this through, and then it doesn't, or whatever, it gets bastardized by someone else. And then there's been really shitty decisions made. And but I don't, I don't, it's much like religion versus spirituality. I don't narrow it down. I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not a religious person per se. Because I've seen many religions practice, and I could tell you what, I could create my own religion by mixing a whole bunch of things together. And it would be really beneficial for me and maybe others, but it's not a mainstream idea, much like politics. Not everyone's right all the time, and not everyone's wrong all the time. And I don't communicate it. I'm very probably conservative, lowercase c, in my communication about my politics, which I don't think I have politics. You know, like you have politics, I think. You're more into
Do
it.
I?
You're more involved in it. I don't get involved in the mundane because there's always going to be that mundane rabbit holing. And I just personally, my brain doesn't wrap around that as much as facts and figures with very little emotion. But when he says stuff like that, first of all, certain people talk rhetoric. Hey, Charlie.
It's Charlie.
People talk with rhetoric because that's how they're conditioned to talk. You can hear the same talking points on 20 different news stations, and then you can hear someone online speak the exact same wording, and you know that they just got the message. There's not a lot of, well, there's some facts and figures, but there's too much emotion and expression of political discourse. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I think you speak with a mix of emotion and you have facts, but
Yeah,
the
I mean, the
emotion
facts.
is what everyone sees.
I get it, and it struck me again when I heard the little snippet of you saying, well, I'm paraphrasing, that I will say things without evidence, without hardcore in my hand, printed off the printer evidence. I don't know how you would get that signed so it's all, all verified, true, stamped, notarized, or are we supposed to take whitehouse.gov? I mean, last night I asked a question of a family friend about what channel she gets her news from, and it was my error. That's, and then I didn't get a chance to ask it again in a different manner. It was information. Where do you get your information from? She sort of hit on it a little bit, but it would be, and I think everyone feels the same way. It'd be nice if there was a place that we could trust. I never.
Yeah,
really
but what do you
looked.
want to trust? What? Let's talk about that. Trust in a news source. I don't trust many of them.
Many. That
There's
means
a
there are some that
preponderance
you.
of evidence.
Yeah.
In regards to like news, when I look up something through Perplexity or any AI, I know everyone's like AI, but here's the deal. Legitimate models will source it, and then you can click on, at the bottom, you can click on and source it. Now, when we've had debates with people, I've asked, what's your news source? Oh, Ben Shapiro, Fox News. Okay, let me look through and ask, from Fox News' point of view, did this happen? And it'll pop up articles, and usually it's not the fact that they're not reporting news, it's the wrapper they're putting it around and what they're wrapping it with. There's news, and then there's commentary, and then there's a personal opinion, and then there's politics. Now, let's just take something simple like, did Donald Trump have steak for dinner last night? Yes, he had steak for dinner last night, and he shouldn't be eating animals, and he should be understanding the plight of the American farmers. Okay, but the baseline is he ate steak. Everything else is like opinion, which the news has gotten really good at doing because they have to fill in 24 hours. But when you look at, if you have 17 sources of varying backgrounds that say this statement that you asked about is true, and they cite articles and everything else, that's enough for me. But some people source it as, well, I heard it from a friend. Hello? Did he rage quit?
Who's this friend you speak of?
Are you there?
Are you there? Hello?
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I went to get my zip tie collection.
So you heard nothing I said?
No, I did. Yeah, I did.
No, no.
I heard that you said some of the sources are, I got it from a friend.
Yeah.
And that
So-
can't, I mean, who trusts that? The friend?
I mean, if you came up with a wild theory, let's say one of your theories is we didn't go to the moon. Okay, let me put that in and let's see where that came from. Now, there's a lot of sources that say, yes, we went to the moon, we televised it. Then there's other sources that say, well, how could we get a phone call from the White House to the moon? And then you have to make a decision. I mean, not everything's black and white. I mean, the truth is the truth. There's only one truth. There's not your truth, my truth, but there's one truth. But people don't want to accept certain things that go against their belief. So, yeah, I get it. When Miller reacts to things, he reacts emotionally. You can tell it in his voice. He is in the word choices. The hate against liberals. You'll never ever hear me say these stupid conservatives or these stupid liberals. That's built in. I already know that there's some stupid people out there. That's just built into the thing. Here's the thing. Yes, some liberals are extreme in their thinking and their actions, as much as conservatives are reactive and extreme in their thinking. And then you start going towards the center, and you get, people that are, somewhat centered, immediate about their thoughts. They can express their beliefs and their discourse civilly. There are people that do it through action and song and music and video and movies. But, messaging is important, and the politicians have teams to help them do that. Us regular folk, we just have ourselves and maybe a few good friends saying, hey, you were spot on, good job. Or, hey, I think you're a little bit off today. What's going on?
Yeah.
I've had people do that.
Yeah, and then we touched on, we discussed, you and I, the reaching your audience with, words. And there may be an audience, but I always look at it as like I'm hanging out with friends. And I don't have a goal. I don't have a goal here to reach people. I guess the only goal that I would have, if you boil it down to goals, is just to make people giggle. That's it. I mean,
Let me think
I'm
about that
not
for a minute.
I'm not building an empire of and this is just me. I'm not building an empire. I don't want. I'm not going to be on Sirius Radio. I'm not any of that. I'm just trying to, touch somebody's funny bone. Not in that creepy old ice cream eater way. See what I did there?
That was good. I like that.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about this. This is a hard one for. I used to have to go through this, and I used to ask people for this, and this was the hardest part when I was trying to get through my shyness and trying to make sure that people understood me. And they still don't sometimes, and that's fine because sometimes it's intentional for them not to understand everything I'm saying. There's tools and tricks that I use to get a message across a certain way or not across at all, just to say words. And I think sometimes you want to say words because of how you feel about things. Now, when you say that it's to touch a funny bone and to make people laugh, do you get that feedback?
If
Do
I hear a
people
giggle, yeah. If I
okay?
hear a giggle, yeah, of course.
When you say certain things in certain company, either in real life or online, are you trying to make everyone laugh, or just the people you know are going to laugh?
The easiest ones are the ones will laugh. I don't know.
Right.
It's in general, really. Like my dad's never going to laugh at any of my jokes about anything. Uh, and no, I don't have any issues with my dad. So, armchair psychologists, keep it to yourself.
Are we going to
But
deep dive? Deep dive. Yeah.
deep dive.
No. So okay. So you say the easiest people were the ones you know are going to laugh, and that's your basically your target range, your audience, right? Okay. I'm going to say something.
Oh,
It's going to be funny.
damn it!
What?
Go ahead.
It's going to be funny, but in mixed company, it's also going to be maybe construed as something else, not funny,
Okay. Well,
anger or um, nonsense or whatever. Do you take that into account, or is it just for the laughs? Is it just for the lulls, Phil? Are you a lull cower delivery man?
I've been called that.
Are you
Yeah, I've been called.
delivering the lulls?
I've been called that. Yeah. I don't know. Do I deliver? I don't know.
Well, I mean, like when you have definitely you have thoughts about things going on in the world and you express them. But is your baseline to make entertain people, or is it to get a message across how you feel, or both?
I haven't really thought about it.
Like
No.
you've obviously see something on TV and you're like, "Oh, I cannot believe they did it again. Why does he want to tear down the Kennedy Center?"
Yeah.
No,
When I heard, for example, when I heard that, I went, "No, that's funny." And I do know there's a faction of people out there that believe that he's making jokes about everything all the time. I've heard people say that.
well, I from watching him, I guarantee you that he alone does not originate that. He has a team of younger people telling him that trolling and putting out this false bravado information shit is effective to his base because they love the entertainment value. I mean, MAGA is basically trolls in a great sense. They enjoy the entertainment value of all this for them. It's not entertaining for other people, but it's entertaining for them. He naturally does not deliver trolley type. He struggles with it actually. If you listen to his speeches, he struggles with the trolling. But if he's actually passionate or angry about something, he's very good at expressing that. But the trolley stuff, not so much. His speech pattern changes, stance changes. He'll change his stance. He'll shift weight. He'll do all those things that indicate that there is uncomfortableness in the messaging. Like when he got on the plane and said, "Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom," and then he exit out of a food cart and heads to another plane. That was a big troll.
Why is it being referred to as a troll?
Well, because he says things to, when he says things like, "I'm going to run for a third term," or people have said it about him, that's trolling. That's to get a reaction out of people. They're like, "No, you can't do that. That's illegal." When he told people on the plane, "Hey, I'll be right back. You're safe. Don't worry," and then scoots out a food cart next to a 15-layer lasagna. It was kind of trolling. They believed something that wasn't true, and he misled
Well,
them.
they're going
I guess,
along with the mass hysteria, the mass. I was going to say hysteria, the mass delusion. No, let's not use that word. Mass. What's that other word?
Paranoia.
No. It's when
Mass
people are going
hysteria.
along with something blindly. Mass
following.
No, I don't know. I'll come up with it. I'll figure it out.
I don't know. Big words.
But yeah, so.
Well, people go along with things. Do they believe it, or is it their default? Like, look, there are people. This man could shoot 500 people in Times Square with a revolver, reloading it over and over, and people were like, he had a reason to do it, or he didn't do it at all, even though there's 20 cameras on him. He didn't do it. That was someone else. He will never do wrong in certain people's eyes. In some people's eyes, he was the great Messiah that they thought he was.
Oh, that's gross.
And now it's like, because we haven't, honestly, as America, our country has not given people a great hope of a president for a while.
I think what would be promising to me, and put some hope back in humanity, is to have en masse. How do you say that word?
En masse, yeah.
Have people recognize the fact of what he is. Because I feel, and this is weird too, because I don't usually, when it comes to my beliefs on this, I believe that I'm close to the mark. Hey, Black Eagle, I believe I'm close to the mark on this. Okay, let's dumb this down some more. Why have I chosen the thought process path that I'm on when there's two? One's complete bullshit about this asshole in that position, and the other one is he can't do anything wrong. Look at all the good he's done. When somebody says, "Look at all the good he's done," I draw a blank. What? I don't know. It's honestly, I don't know.
Hey, Derek. Well, here's the thing. Do those conversations usually end right around there?
Do they end right around there?
Yeah.
Sometimes they go on.
But they give examples. Okay, so right there, if there was a conversation that I was actually involved in, wanted to know more, I would ask, okay, what has he done good? Now, usually you get two reactions. You get a whole string of things that they believe someone's done good, or you get an emotional reaction to your question. If you get an emotional reaction to your question, you can stop that conversation anytime, because it's not going to be fruitful or productive, because they don't have anything. But if they start listing off things, then if you want to continue it, you say, okay, how is this beneficial to all Americans? Because remember, the president is the president of the United States, and if you're a United States citizen, he is the president. He is not. This your president shit's weird. He is the president.
Yeah,
If he wasn't the president, nobody would be arguing with him because some people would be like, "Well, you're not my president." He is the decision maker in chief of a majority of this country, except for that little small area in Arizona or Oregon. It's all controlled by women. He wouldn't be allowed.
Or
But
would he?
no, he. I trust, guarantee you, he wouldn't. So once you start drilling down, I've talked about the next 10 things. Ask them the next 10 things. Give me 5 things he's done that you think he's done right and beneficial. Not right for you individually and not right for his base, but right for the people that he represents in the office he's sitting in. How is the average American who's struggling to pay their electric bill and medicine and food, how are they benefiting from these decisions? And then wait for the type of answer you get. Once you start drilling down, you can tell someone's really actively involved or if they're just citing news sources and friends and being emotional about it. It goes like this. A lot of times, I've had a conversation with family members 2 years ago about this. What has he done that impresses you that is beneficial for this country? I don't know. Why are you always on me about things like that? Well, excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought maybe you had at least one thing. Give me one thing. There's a lot of things. And they get really, their hands go flailing around, but they never give me the one thing, let alone 9 more. And I just smile and walk away.
I'm gonna switch mics real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Your device is not connected. Dari D, what's going on? Yeah, this was an impromptu, semi-private discussion that was said to be a good live stream topic. And so, you know me. Oh, you want to talk about something? Okay. Phil, come back. He's taking his time plugging it in. Sorry. I got jokes. Mm-hmm. He at a stage. There you go. What's up? We can't hear you if you're talking. Could be a smart ass watch. And we'll see what Phil's final answer is after he comes back. Can't believe someone would switch microphones in the middle of a good conversation. My God. Damn tinkers are tinkering while they're live streaming. My goodness, here we go again.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna throw away this microphone because I have a good cord. I took it all the way apart. It's grounded. It's plugged into the machine. Well, it was. The only thing that's not plugged in is that little thing that changes the way the microphone hears you from, like diastolic or whatever it is. What, I don't know if that's a word or not. From being a direct mic in front of you or the sound
Yeah.
from around. Yeah. That's not plugged in, and neither is the little light. I guess it's just junk. I'll stop trying to make it into something it's not.
It could make a no. I was gonna say a very small fish tank, but never mind. It has no ceiling factors on it. Okay, I'm trying to remember what it looked like. Yeah, yeah, probably just junk or a really cool shelf ornament.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Just the ball part.
Oh, look, it's me.
Hey, look at you. He disappeared. He's invisible. There you are. Hi.
Here we go. See, I wanted to use this cool part, so I took it all apart. I deballed it. Here's the microphone part right here. But everything's plugged in. I wanted to suspend it from the middle, so I used green zip ties. It's all plugged in.
Can I ask a simple question first?
Yeah, why am I doing it? Go ahead.
No, no. More simple than that. Did you change your microphone source in StreamYard when you hooked
Yes,
it up?
I did.
Okay. And in Windows?
No. Not in Windows. So I'll tinker with it later, I guess. I was trying to do, what was that you were saying? Multitask. I was trying to multitask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen the inside of, well, I mean, in a breakdown, but I've never seen it live, one of those apart.
Change it in Windows. How do we do? Just go over here. Okay, where are we? So we can keep on discussing stuff. We're back on Miller, right?
I mean, wherever you want to take us. This was actually your idea.
I know, it's a pretty great one, wasn't it?
It was fantastic, Phil. Good job.
Fantastical idea. Well, I sort of stole the idea from another friend of the family in a discussion last evening when she said, "Go live in the morning time." And then she said, I get a lot of trolls in the morning time. So
I don't get many trolls. Because I don't believe they add any value to anyone else except their own ego. And two, they just know that they'll probably get blocked, or I tell them they'll get blocked and they just don't come over. It's kind of cool. Now I'll get some, but it's fine. We deal with it. We just deal with it silently and move on. Ain't nobody stopping my train. Choo choo.
there's one now.
Where?
Right there.
Get him. There's a troll. Yeah, that's a troll. He's the
Just kidding around, Azure.
troll OG.
OG, man.
If he's not laughing, it's your fault.
I hope he is. You know how I am about that laughing thing. I don't know. You know, when I was asked last night if it was worth it, is it worth losing my access to certain things on YouTube for writing 3 words? And I won't say them on your live out of respect for your channel.
Do you want to talk about that situation so everyone's aware, or?
Well, I mean, it's kind of going to leave them in the dark if I don't tell them what I put in. What I put in there. I mean, I tagged.
Well, no, I mean, we're talking about like what happened to your.
I lost access because I said I described using my definition of the person. I described his body type with slang terms and tagged Miller in it, his #1 son. See, there was no need for that last part. What do I do that to myself? Now I'm going to get another video. Raging through the night with Jedi Miller. And like it matters. Who cares? I understand that. Back to the, was it worth it? When you're steadfast on, and YouTube is a joke. It could be a joke. It could be a platform. It could be a good platform. if you do it right and you have your goals, it could be a good platform for your words. Mine are sort of in the wings, in the shadows, and then, well, apparently not now, but it's, I wouldn't mind knowing for sure, because I don't have any evidence that it was Miller that turned me into the authorities, you know?
Well, let me talk about that for a minute. I have my own opinion on this. Ironically, something happened to your channel, and to be clear, you got a community strike for a post that basically said at Jedi Miller returns. Pedo POTUS, which is a term that you use for Trump, is a fat pig. Now, Miller, if you try to strike me, I will come after your channel. But because I'm using it as I'm explaining what happened.
Another one of those examples.
Yeah, I know. It always get me in trouble, but then I always persevere, unlike some channels. But anyway, um, and ironically, around the same time that you said that your channel had been struck, he comes out with a video saying something should be done with these people. So if I put two and two together, I would assume he was the one that reported you. Don't know that for a fact, but I can run with that, which means I can run with, if you believe that he did this once, imagine what he's done to other channels. Because there's a preponderance of evidence that he does this.
Without fact and without evidence.
Right. If you want me to
So,
play a game, I can play a game. Just give me the rules and I will break them.
and that's the kind of thought process that I use when I think of that certain someone. When I think of the president, that's where I use that process. Is, well, he's been in trouble for things before. Anyway, I mean, for sure he's a shitty landlord. I mean, at least, right?
Well, on Home Alone 2, he was a really shitty landlord.
Did he even help the boy?
He did, unfortunately.
Damn it. But I mean, what I would like, I think it'd be really cool uh, to have a conversation with people that do believe that he's backed up everything he said he was going to do. Well, I have lost track of that list. I don't know of anything he's backed up. He's never even come out and said, "I'm a snake. I told you I was a snake. How the fuck did you think I was going to act?" You know, I don't even, has he said? I don't think he said that before. So,
Well, I've seen some people with MAGA hats on at the gas station. And you know what I hear out of their mouth? Damn, gas is expensive.
yeah, and the next thing you hear out is I'm prepared to be a patriot enough, long enough to keep nuclear bombs out of Iran's hands. That's what they think this is. And I think that's preposterous, silly, a little bit naive, a lot naive.
Last summer, we took them back 5 years. What are we worried about them getting a bomb for today? Wasn't the press release that last year when we bombed everything, all their manufacturing and production facilities, we set them back 5 years?
Yes.
Why are we still there?
Shit,
Oh,
I
I
mean,
know. I know. Not the Strait of Hormuz. It's what's right inside the Strait of Hormuz. It's an enrichment program and materials that they need. There's only two places on earth that enrich the shitty Venezuelan oil that we stole from that country. They need that technology to make the sludge viable gasoline and oil products. China's the only other place that does it.
And I don't want to, come across as being terse towards certain beliefs or anything, because everyone can believe the way they want to believe.
No, that's where there were the like here my goal when you and I were talking earlier today was like, let's talk about how we communicate.
That was you.
I think so.
Skip.
Did it sound like me, or was it? Oh
Yeah.
man,
Sounded like that dude that just died.
I am Optimus Prime.
I felt so bad for you. I'm sorry for your loss. Go ahead.
Well, we did have a day yesterday. We did have a moment yesterday where we had a little review of all the voices that Peter Cullen did. We watched a video together. He did Eeyore. Okay, I'll be okay.
Nice.
But yeah. No, I mean, you were talking about originally like how you're always seen as angry. And I gave you some examples. Like, well, if you say fuck, people might think you're angry. If you talk loudly, or if you express yourself in a loud or sharp tone, you could be taken angry. But you say you're not always angry when you sound like this. You're passionate.
Which people confuse around here because they're simpletons and just go with the angry part.
Now, see, you probably just lost about 3 or 4 people, roughly,
Why?
when you said these people around here are simpletons.
Not you guys.
But see how easy that is. There are people that will mistake. I mean, here's the thing. You come off and you say, "Fuck the president. I don't care about these motherfuckers." Blah blah blah. That sounds angry, right? And instinctively, that's just baseline. It sounds angry to a lot of people. But does anyone ask you anything past that point? Why do you feel this way, Phil? What's going on? Can you give me specifics?
Well, and for example, my long conversations overnight with Asuka, usually we'll get into a deep discussion of my feelings.
Okay, that was funny.
No, I do have to say, when I was being raised up by a U.S. Air Force Master Sergeant, all I could think of was when I got a house, when I got a job right out of high school. My plan was not to go to college, just go into the workforce, get a house payment, be a successful uh, contributor to society, get a flagpole, not just a normal flagpole, a tapered flagpole, because I do flagpoles really well. All that stuff. Get a nice flag, light it up at night, fly it all the time, hook, line, and sinker, respect the President of the United States, all that stuff. All that has turned out to be a farce. It's not real. I mean, it is real. People still believe in it. Mass hallucination. That's what I was looking for.
Oh.
But I guess, and I haven't thought about this till just in the last minute and a half, is I guess that's where my frustration lies, is because I was just right in line, hook, line, and sinker, all of it. Everything, I was proud of the country and proud of this, and I guess that's just a small, naive, simpleton mind thinking that they can rely on everything, and everyone was inherently good and honest. And when I say everyone, I mean, the people that run places and cities and whatever. I mean, I know when I pull up to the city building here and the Venetian blinds close and all of a sudden they're closed for business, I know that it has something to do with me being there, and it's so sad. Not really.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, see, bueno.
I'm gonna push back a little bit.
No, no.
No, it's
gonna give me a hemorrhage.
It'll be productive.
Okay, great.
Define country.
Oh, all of these United States united in one goal to be successful and help everyone and love everyone and reach out and bean somebody on the noggin if they treat one of us badly, that kind of thing. Unification, all that stuff.
What if I told you were wrong?
What? How,
What if I just said the words you were wrong? What's your reaction?
well, in what context? I just said what I believed in.
Yeah,
when I was
right.
a kid. Yeah.
But now you're bewildered, right?
Yeah, I'm like, what? What the fuck? Oh.
Now you're confused because I said, what if I said you were wrong? Not saying you are wrong, but just the fact that I introduced the fact you may be wrong has got you frazzled.
I'm frazzled.
So when you say this country's, this country, this country's used a lot. People use that term, this country. Mostly they're talking about the government. When you talk about the flag and you say, oh, this is not real, it's real, but it's not real. That flag's real. That flag represents things that are still valuable and true to this day. The flag does not represent just the government. The government is a small portion of this country.
I get it.
And we pass by the true fabric of this country every day in our travels.
No, I get it. I understand. Yeah.
A lot of times in war, we get this mentality that the Iranians hate us. Well, the Iranians have made it very clear that the American people are beloved by them. They just don't like the current government. So, none of that is when those things that you mentioned, being a productive member of society, you have been. You still can be. It's just how we do that has changed.
Not if it's not worth it. I mean, to me, it has to be worth it. To me, it's like I'm going to be take the weirdness of friend of the channel, Super Serial, always bitching about productive, get a job and all that fucking jazz. And, well, I mean, who knows if he's or people like him have worked hard? Who knows? Sounds like it to me. I mean, if he wasn't such a fucking douchebag, God, there I go again. I know I'm bothering people that really like him, but whatever. It's his voice. Hey, girl. But people like that, you fall in line behind because they're very. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Fucking, I think my frustration is get a fucking job, stay at that fucking job. Even that changed right when I got a job. My first job, I was there for 4.5 years. But it changed after that. I heard if you don't change jobs every 6 months, you're not doing your potential. And I was like, fuck, man, it's a pain in the... Oh, see, here I go. I'm not angry or anything. It was just like frustration. I'm going to have to keep my resume up to date. I loved a company that would promote from within. I'd love that. That is... You could start out as a stockman and one day you could be a cashier.
Good luck.
I know. See, that's a joke for the people that know.
External hiring is a fucking joke, let me tell you. Hey, Jeff, you didn't get the job, but we brought this guy in from, he used to run a mini mart with 12 people as a customer every year. Right. Can you go ahead and train him in the job you wanted? No, I will not. And there's nothing in our contract that mandates that I train that person. It'll look good on your resume. For what? The job I didn't get? Fuck off. No, I'm not training Giacomo from the mini mart down the road to run a multi-million-dollar grocery store. No, hell no.
Right.
He can go run the discount Dollar Tree down the street. But when he comes to me and asks me what's going on, he better fucking know. I can turn off smarts really quick when it comes to it. Promote from within. No, I want you to do the job at the same pay that you're getting now and no title. Dick.
It's just weird. It's weird to me.
Well, what's weird?
The I think it's weird the delusion I had that things are going to be a certain way, and it is absolutely not that way.
The
Don't have
American
any.
dream was a lie.
Yeah, no white picket fence, no none of that stuff, and it sucks. I mean, some people would say if there was a white picket fence, you need to watch your ass, that kind of thing. But I
Wexner has a
had
white
this.
fence around his shit.
Who does?
Wexner.
Oh, okay.
Every property that's owned by Les Wexner and his companies, his property, Georgetown. Well, I think they got bought out now, but everything his property is surrounded by a white 3 lattice fence, 3 board
Oh,
fence. Same wood everywhere, same paint, everything. And that was his American dream, I guess.
and I guess what? It just takes money to have a successful American dream.
Not really. It
I
depends on
mean,
what
what
your
do you have
level of
to?
success is.
How much do you have to compromise yourself to tell yourself that you're living the American dream?
Probably as much as you want out of it. I'm assuming there's some exchange rate. Like if you really want to be successful and you want to be popular, look at YouTube. Let's take YouTube for example. When I first came here, I realized there was 2 ways to go. You could be more of yourself and have a smaller, more loyal, close-knit audience, or you could shake the tree every day and poke fun and go at people and drag them and make videos and shit, and you could get a lot of followers with just for cosmetics and no real deep, intricate meaning to what you're doing. You're just basically you're being followed by people that are hate watching. So in I guess in life, what is success to you is what you have to understand. Some people, not everyone's going to be a superstar citizen. Some people, there was what we call skip generation, where the greatness skips. But what we don't realize is there's the quiet generations building up the next generation to be a superstar generation. Not everybody, not an entire line of family is going to be all superstars.
I get it.
So if you want, what do you want to be? You want to be successful? Okay, you have to define that. Do you want to be rich? How rich, and what are you willing to do to get to it? Are you willing to take risks, gamble on the stock market, or are you just going to save up and live meagerly for a while until you save up enough money to play the game and become richer? Or are you okay with, the basics? So the American dream is not a template that you can put over every American family and say, this fits you. I think we were sold it's kind of like, hey, this vitamin's good for you. Not necessarily. Hey, Dolly.
What's up, Dolly? Is this thing on?
It is all the time, 24/7, as you told me earlier.
24/7. But will there be people? Build it and they will come. 24/7.
I don't think that. I honestly think that you don't think that you're messaging out to people willy nilly, whoever he is. That fucker. He's always around.
Really?
But I think you do. I think you understand that you're going to be heard and understood by a group of people, that you're going to be heard and you're going to push back a little bit. You're going to get you're going to get pushback, but you're also going to push back a little bit on people's thinking. I think you understand what you're doing when you say things in certain, groups, crowds, whatever. I don't think your intent and messaging is the problem. Like, you know your audience, right?
You guys. Is that right?
Okay, you guys,
Did I
there's
get it?
13 people listening and there's like 5 people chatting in chat. So if there was 70 people in here, you guys
All
would be a
y'all.
big, all y'all's would be a bigger audience.
All y'all's.
I
Hold,
can't hear
please.
spell either, Dolly. I
Hold,
just pretend I can.
hold, please. I have to get a tray. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you not swallow your microphone, please?
Sorry about that. I
Thanks.
put it right up to my mouth. Like,
Yeah. You can't lean in like I can. I sound like Kyle.
What's that thing? What's it? Autobots, roll out and go play. Is that close?
Nope.
Damn it! I need to get a tray of goods. I'll be right back. I'm just going right over there, right over,
Okay.
right
Don't
over
disassemble. Okay, go. Just go.
5. Okay.
Fucking Kyle. He's nowhere. He's still, he hasn't even left yet. Or was that his phone making noise? This day in history. I have a dream was not in the script. Okay, that was random pop up.
Okay. Well, there was a really cool gloss black, looked like it was threaded on the inside and on the outside. There was another part that went with it, and I just put it in a can inside a box to take to my son, thinking that I don't have any use for it. But I think it's a converter for your microphone size. You know, the size of stud or whatever that it fits.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to like go through the box now, which is cool. I'm just not gonna do it right now.
It'll give you something to do.
Yeah, and I do. Oh, I do have my keys, but I don't know. I think maybe it's just me having a delusion. There's no delusions in my head about people having other ways of believing. Like Catholics, I can't believe the Catholic Church still exists because of all the shit that's been caused, all the harm that's been caused to children. It should have been abolished a long time ago. But there's good Catholics and bad Catholics, whatever.
Well, I mean,
To
let's
me,
take that. That's an extreme because let's take it this way. What if another race of people come to this planet and say, oh, well, they've abused their children. Let's extinguish the entire race. Well, you haven't done it. I haven't done it. Other people haven't done it. But now we're being, cast into a pot of boiling sewage and we're being lumped into a group. So, I mean, should the Catholic Church have taken uh, extreme measures to assure this didn't happen? Yes, most definitely they failed multiple times over multiple decades of abuse. Is the system that they've built part of the problem? I believe so. It's really hard. It was really hard for me to realize that. Well, it was because we weren't allowed to because I wasn't Catholic, but I was married in a Catholic church and we had to get the blessing of the priest, the father, to get married there. But we were going to be married by the deacon of the church. And I thought, well, the deacon's married. It seems more it seems more better
better.
to me
It's a fine word.
to, yes, I use it many times, to be married by someone who's been married than someone who cannot be married, who by oath and by virtue and by sacrifice has given up the right to be married. Like, it's just not a relatable thing. So for me, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that they can do that because, yeah, this man was married, met his wife. His wife's real nice. She's part of the community. It's great. Um, but to be married and have someone officiate that has never been and or never will be, cannot be married, just seemed weird to me. And maybe if they let the priests get married, maybe
I get it.
some
makes
of the
sense.
temptations would be less. There's always going to be evil in everything. There's evil in every church, every religion. There's evil. That's just humanity. Uh-oh, we've got a guest.
Oh,
I don't know if
good.
this is really her or not.
Oh no.
Oh yes, she authenticates with the name Boom Shakalaka.
Oh.
How are you guys?
Oh.
What's going on?
Well, I kind of back from vacation.
Oh,
I
great.
went to the Vatican, and that's why that's why I called into you.
What's up, Chloe?
That's why I took a link. Well, I am not the best Catholic. I am not the most educated Catholic, and I am far from the most faithful. And I couldn't get married in the church because my husband wasn't Lutheran. My husband was Lutheran, and I was Catholic, and we couldn't get married in the Catholic Church. But that was, in the 70s, and the people have, relaxed a tiny bit. But what I was going to say was, yes, there is abuse, and yes, I've never thought people should be celibate. Like priests and nuns. I think they should be able to be married and everything. But I think in their teaching is that they have to remain celibate and poverty and all the other things that they do, so they could be just laser focused on faith and their teachings and how they have to deal things. But what I was going to say was, yes, we can't all be lumped together. And even if the Catholic Church was abolished, let's say it was, and it never happened, but let's say it was, my faith would still remain the same with or without a building.
Okay, that's the question I had for you.
Yeah.
You said the phrase, "You haven't been the most faithful." My question to you, follow up with that, is faithful to what?
I question things.
No,
Like
I mean, basically, are you faithful? Are you saying your faithfulness to the church
Yes, maybe my faith
or to
in
God?
no, my faith in God's never shaken, but I do have not issues, but I do have maybe issues with some teachings.
Right, which you should.
I do. Well, growing up, since I am 125 years old,
I heard that.
yeah. Well, I'm lying about my age. I'm really 130, but people tell me I do not look a day over 125. That's what people say all the time. But, oh, damn it, Jeffrey, where was I going with this rant? Who knows? But when I was growing up and going through catechism and all the other neat stuff little kids do, we were taught not to question. It is not our way to question. It's not our something. It's a phrase. It's not our place to question. Like you should have blind faith. And I don't. And so that's why I think I'm not the most faithful.
Okay, so you're aware of the 12 disciples, right? They're kind of famous.
Yeah, you know what? I think they were in the band, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Um, people say live like Jesus, and I say no, don't, because Jesus had a predetermined fate. He didn't even have a destiny to create. He had a predetermined fate, right? The
Absolutely.
role models of the early biblical times are the disciples. They struggled, as humans should, through not of
Yeah.
having doubt, of having things shown to them, and then having a transformation of belief into saying, yes, this is true. I doubted at one point, but now I believe. Jesus always believed because he was sourced from God. He had direct communication from God. And somehow someone wrote that down. They were in the garden spying on him and wrote that conversation down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they had faith built upon, from the beginnings of no trust, disbelief, through words and actions, leading them up to having a deep trust and belief in following in Jesus's way. I think those are the role models we need to purpose ourselves as human beings. Jesus was already made a certain way. He was locked in. So when you
Absolutely.
say when you say faithful, having faith to a church, you're never going to be 100% most faithful to a church, because they're always changing the way they're doing things.
And there's always
Right?
questions to be asked.
There should always be questions to be asked. Most people are only Catholic or only Protestant or only atheist because of what they were born into.
That's how it starts, right? Right.
Right. You don't start by choosing. Like, you don't get a menu right before birth, like, I choose Protestant. Bink.
Right.
And then
Right.
poof, you're out, and raised in a Protestant home. Your faithfulness to God, or your faithfulness to any entity that you believe in, because I believe that
Right.
there's a freedom of religion, not from
Oh,
religion.
absolute.
Whatever you believe in, that faith will always be, because the rules don't change. Only what the church wants you to see as the rules, and how God, there's a mediation in the church or synagogue, or is the mediation of the word. And if you're sitting down here in the pews, and they're up there, by the way, elevated with ornate, all the things you're not supposed to do in the Ten Commandments, like dress like gods and ornate your churches with gold and prettiness, and elevate yourself above the people, all those things you're not supposed to do, they do. And you're not able to ask questions and doubt things that you hear. That's not a religion, that's indoctrination. Because we should have doubts about people that are supposedly supreme to us. We were built that way. In fact, it was built into us with free will, to doubt and to question. I
The
think a lot
men
of people.
kind of.
I thought it
Oh,
was
I'm sorry.
built into us to follow without question.
I think that's it. I think that's the saying, to follow without question. In Catholic school, they kind of beat that out of you. The nuns kind of whoop that freedom of thought or whatever. They kind of beat that out of you. You just blindly
But
believe.
but God created the earth, and He created a place called the Garden of Eden, where that ideology was put to the test with God-given tools of freedom, of free will. There was temptation. God created everything on the earth, correct?
Absolute.
Did God create hell? Was
Imagine.
Satan cast out from heaven? Was Satan a form of a snake, representing a snake in the Garden of Eden that tempted Eve to eat an apple? Did she make that decision because she was given free will by her creator? So he actually created all of the ingredients for people to question. Don't eat that fruit. Why did you tell them about the fruit in the first place? It was a test. I think it was basically a AB lab test. Will they
God's a
do it if I
troll.
point it out? What?
God's a troll.
Well, I mean, like, could you imagine if I said, "Hey, I want you guys to come up on panel with me, but don't question anything I say"? How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't come on panel, probably.
But you'll go to church every Sunday to a group of
Yeah,
people that tell you not to question
question.
anything.
It's a little
See, it's
better
weird.
nowadays, but no.
It's a little weird. God created all these things for us to do. We have free will. He didn't have to instill free will into us. It wasn't part of the universal plan. It was something he embedded into us. He gave
But
us the
there's
answers.
also the consequences of your free will. I mean, you're
Yes.
still held responsible
Right.
for what I do. Oh, did we just get married? Because I said I do. Oh, you're a bigamist now. Everybody's
Yeah,
going to
Rudy.
blame you.
Damn you.
Well,
Way
you
to
better
go,
hurry up and
Tim.
marry someone in the 80s because they're all going.
I know. It's hard to find a good man with hair.
Not the right one.
Uh, um, I I have so much to say about that. Um, but okay, here was another thing though. Here was the other thing I was going to say was that even though I'm a Christian, and you said that you have respect for everybody who do not believe the same way that I believe, and that's why I don't want prayer in church in school. And the only reason why is because church and state, that one, church and state, but also I don't care if somebody decided all Christians, you can't be a Christian anymore. You know, like during uh, the Tudor times and stuff, and they weren't allowed to be Catholic anymore. And you could tell me I can't be a Christian anymore. You could tell me that I can't have that faith anymore, but it's in my soul. I have that faith. I always had faith in my creator. I've always had that. I've always had, but you can't, what I'm trying to say is you can't make a Jewish kid become Christian. You can't make me a Muslim because what's in your heart is in your heart. If you're
All right.
atheist, that's what's in your heart.
Let me ask you how you believe that. How do you believe that? How do you have no question? How do you have no qualms about that? How do you believe so strongly that it seems unwavering? Um, but I just wonder how somebody believes that strongly in something. I mean, I'd like to ask the friend of the family that isn't here and probably on purpose. I wouldn't mind being able to talk to that person as well.
You
Because I'm
know,
interested in that sort of thing. You know, I'm interested in why people believe the way they do. Not, I don't. It all comes from questions. If you can't ask questions about stuff like where you get your news, or let's talk about that. Or where you get your information. Where do you come up with this stuff? How do you? I mean, to me, if I ask somebody where'd you come up with that? That's a bit offensive.
and I totally understand that. Is my necklace making noises? I'm going to take it off. Don't tell Pebbles.
Damn it! She's right here.
It's off, baby. It's all the way off. I'll put it on the charger.
I smell something.
Uh-oh. Is my charger burning up?
No, probably not.
You know,
Um,
my thing
go ahead.
about like when you talk about all religions, I have to think back to, okay, biblically, Adam and Eve were put here first, and they were spoken to by God. Okay,
By God.
by God.
God.
And then there's parts of history where people were worshiping rocks and sun and eagle, and they were worshiping at some point humans. who they thought were gods or deities or descendants of gods. There's been so many objects and people worshipped. Where was the messaging? Like, was the messaging so lost? I mean, if you're a creator of a world and a universe and a planet and the moon and all the intricate things that go into that, why are there different religions?
Oh, freedom of will.
But if the goal is to have people that follow you and worship you, and you don't want them to see, the freedom of will thing's a great out. It's like a plot device. It was like it was given to us, like it was built in. It was like an add-on. Like you build a computer, and then you're like, you know what? I want some more fancy lights on top. Let me put in a fancy light thing. But freedom of will isn't a religious thing. I think the basic design of humanity, whether you believe in creationism or evolution or whatever, or that we're from a different planet, I think freedom of will is a built-in thing. And I think deities and many religions have spoken on freedom of will. I think to control freedom of will, they kind of say, hey, I gave it to you. This has been given to you. I think it's been intrinsic since the development of our species. I think it's something that just chemically is evident there all the time. I don't think it was given. But if you mask something like, hey, I gave it to you, then it has certain connections and connotations. But I don't think that God gave free will. I think it was part of the pack. He realized it was a subset of what he created, but he had to package it like, hey, bonus, we're gonna give you a car, but then we're also gonna give you like free car washes for a year, right? Same kind of mentality.
Oh, I'm actually getting what you're saying.
I am not.
And I mean, there are parts of history where God's not even mentioned. There is another God. There's another deity. We're worshiping Ra, the sun. We're worshiping the moon. We're worshiping the third rock, down the
Absolutely.
street. And the problem isn't the belief of the thing. It's the teachings that surround it sometimes. Like I was introduced to Presbyterianism because my parents went to the church, and then I ended up going. Ironically, they stopped. I should have taken a clue. Um, and then I went to Mormon churches. I went to Buddhist temples. I went to Korean Christian churches. I went to different Catholic church. I've been to, Jewish weddings. I've been to Jewish synagogues. I've been to naturalist. God, never again. Someone tell me next time I'm going to see a bunch of nude people.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, I've been to naturalist setting weddings and church
No,
services.
no, and hell to the no, but go ahead.
Yeah. Never again. Don't lie to me. And I've seen my point is, when I say I don't care what religion you are, I care about the human being you are. Remember, we were human before we were Christian.
Oh, yeah.
We were human before we were Jewish, Protestant, atheist. Our basic design was human. And with humanity and free will comes built-in spirituality. We connect to things. We're chemically designed to connect to other people. What's that?
Is it me? Am I making noises?
No, I was looking at Phil's video.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a colonoscopy.
Yeah, it might be. Who knows? I hope we don't see it. That'd be a pain in the ass.
I think there's a blockage right there, that big black thing. I can't see very well.
That's what she said. But yeah, I mean, I just don't. I do believe there are built-in tools that we have as human beings that aren't. We don't owe it to religion. I mean, an atheist isn't against religion. They just don't believe in any religion, but they still have a spirituality
Yeah,
about
because
them,
they're theists.
and they still have the ability to do
Hang
good.
on.
Yeah,
Hello?
we hear you. But I don't think that I don't judge. I don't say if you tell me you're a Catholic, I don't assume you're good or bad. That's your actions, and it doesn't. Catholics aren't better than anyone else. In fact, they shouldn't be by design of most Christian-based religions. They shouldn't be. Being
All right,
humble.
goody, goody, goody. Back to me.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
No, let's go ahead. Back to you.
No, I think that's a really a great point. Is I did say, look at the Catholics. Uh, I meant the people in charge. And
They're not
I guess
Catholics.
there's a bit of
Oh,
assumption on my part when I do say something. When I do say stuff, there's an assumption that people already know the background of where what I'm saying comes from, and I think that's what what is that what is that word I'm looking for? I think that's selfish and self-centered and
short-sighted,
short-sighted. Because why? Even
naive.
you, why would yeah? Why would anybody care enough to remember stuff like that? About somebody that is on the internet. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, there's a lot going on with when you come together, when we all come together to discuss something, we all have our individual things, and I think some people just cannot. We're not supposed to remember everything anyway. Our brains aren't supposed to remember facts and figures.
Really? No
No,
way.
actually, that's yeah.
Horrible.
Well, we're supposed to have ways to record them, but I actually have to recall them. I mean, it's impressive, right? When someone recites something, you're like, oh my God, that's cool. And I can do it for some things, but you know, sometimes when you mention something, I'm like, what's he talking about? You know what you're talking about. And then you may get frustrated or like, well, why the hell don't you know what I'm talking about? Oh, because you haven't told me what you're talking about. Yeah, I run it out a lot with people. They assume that I'm like up on the know with everything. I'm not, honestly. I'm not the news junkie that I used to be. I'm disappointed in what we call journalism. I'm disappointed in 24-hour news. Dolly rage quit, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I think Phil
See,
kicked her.
that's another thing when it comes to the news stuff. I don't watch news. I mean, if it's on in the room, uh, because somebody else turned it to that channel, Laura doesn't watch any news or have any outlet of anything that she pays attention to for anything. She's the least political person that I know with a political opinion. She just doesn't have one. I don't
What's
even
your
know how
news
to
source,
vote it.
Phil?
Well, I don't have a news source. I
What are your news sources?
I try to I found myself floating towards I would pay attention to the uh, the people that would write it as comedy. And I thought I'm doing a disservice to myself because it's funny, but inside that comedy is a message of only buffoonery, you know, and it's probably based in truth, but I don't think I want to spend time looking for another news source because Fox has bad connotations. Even though I don't spend time watching Fox, I heard Fox was bad. Even the MAGA people don't like Fox anymore because of I don't know Tucker Carlson or they were told by their supreme leader not to watch boxing. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't help it. No, I'm not sorry, but I can't help it. That's a true saying. That's a truth of mine.
Okay,
The,
let me ask you this. Let me make it simple for you.
Oh, thank you.
If I told you that a charter plane was just reported down off the coast of Alaska right now, where would you go to verify that?
Chrome search or Google or something like that, just to type it in to see if anything comes up, and then go into different news sources. Al Jazeera, that's a good one to find out if things are happening. BBC sometimes.
I do like the outside the U.S. sources because it may be the same facts. And see, this is the problem I have. I'll give you an example here in a minute, but like Australian news, Australians love to nitpick American politics and American current events and everything. They're fascinated with us. A lot of them, not all of them. They don't give a shit, but a lot of them are really fascinated, like what's going on, and they nitpick it, but from their perspective. So it's not like you're getting a canned response that's been sent around. You get how they feel about it, their take on it from outside of the U.S. Those are interesting. Um, let's take a school shooting. School's back in, so there'll be a school shooting, and as long as a senator's child's not involved, nothing will be done. But
Right.
when you hear of school shootings, this was my process. I would go on, I'd verify it online, then I'd turn on the TV behind me, and I'd flip through different channels.
Right.
Now, they get the location correct. They get the the news crews are there, they're filming, they've got live feed from somewhere. Um, after that, everyone has different statistics. There's 5 dead and 30 injured. There was 30 dead and 5 injured. Nobody was injured. There wasn't a gun. There was a
School
gun. There
wasn't
was
even
2 guns.
touching, yeah.
Yeah. It would never be a white male. It was always going to be a transgender or a black or Asian person shooting up things. It would never be a white male.
Right.
It's always going to be a white male. It's always going to be a trans person.
The lone wolf.
We don't know who the shooter is. Next sentence, we believe that it was a trans student. Well, I thought you didn't know who the shooter was. Huh. Parent reunification centers are here. No, they're over here. They get it all wrong. I mean, they just are so worried about getting anything out for airtime. Meanwhile, they're blocking up the fucking sidewalk with their fucking cameras. Get the fuck out of the way. Parents are trying to get to their kids. Police are trying to neutralize someone. And then, all of a sudden, we identify the shooter, and everyone's rushing to the parents' house to find out why these parents are defunct parents and let their children go rampaging through school with a gun.
And they always seem to have a trunk full of shit in the basement.
There's always a trophy. Yeah, there's always like this trophy thing. But if you keep scrolling through all these, and then bam, different statistics. That's why I say I don't even talk about them anymore, because one, nothing gets done about it.
How about this one? For example, a couple of days ago, they ran a story, local news. Like I said, it wasn't. I can't even find local news on that smart TV, so I give up, and it's always on like what happened in 1982 or something. So it's like I can't find anything. So anyway, it was on a local station, and they were talking about a school locally, probably in Wichita someplace, that had a new policy that no cell phones in school. And there was a teacher saying, or somebody, a board member or whatever, was like, students aren't gonna like it very much, and there's already some people breaking the rules. And I was like, man, I wouldn't have a problem with that if you locked the fucking doors. Are you locking the doors?
Who's calling the police when there's a shooter comes in? The students.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, I could put in the work and call there and find out if they're locking the doors or if they're propping them open or whatever. If the students don't feel safe, they ought to be able to have their goddamn phone. especially if the school's not doing anything about it. Now, I'm not saying the school isn't doing anything about it. It could very well be just an attention thing. You're not paying attention. You're on your phone. Pay attention. Give me your phone. That kind of thing.
I don't think people would like my version of, there would be some politicians would not like my version of schools today. Aurora says they knew who it was before they put out the warning. I think she's referring to her incident locally. And see, that's the problem. We don't want to respond to things as they're happening. How many times has a woman called the police and said, well, he hasn't really done anything yet. We can't really do anything until he does something. He's been stalking my house and leaving messages he's going to kill me. Well, it's just threats right now. We can't really do anything until he does something.
Yep.
Right. And again, okay, first of all, she says the only way she knew her kid was okay is because another broke the rule and had a cell phone. Now, honestly, I'm going to be a little snarky here, but Fox, CNN, MSNBC, Wow Now, whatever they're called, BBC, all of you should be telling these school districts fuck off because you're losing content. These kids are recording what's going on during these incidents. They're contacting the media, they're contacting police, they're talking to people. You're interviewing children on phones and seeing video that they shot while they're hunkered down in their school. None of that content goes away with schools. Not even the fact that they should be able to communicate with their parents if they, are. If you're a sixth grader and about to die, I think maybe you should have the right to contact your parents. Now, if you're playing on your phone, I get it. But if you have it quietly in your pocket and it's only for needed communication or lunchtime, whatever, fine. But you're taking away. I would love to know stats on what the initial 911 call came from. Was it the staff or the students? But you can't get. It's hard to get facts when you have to fill 24 hours of news space because facts don't come as quickly as opinions do. I don't know exactly the specifics of what Aurora was dealing with, but I'm sure there was a lot of speculation, gossip, rumor, anger, upset, not a lot of facts coming out for the parents. My son's school had to go in lockdown in high school. He had his phone with him. They didn't have a policy, but I guarantee you, I called him. I said, "You everything good?" Because it ended up being a medical emergency. We had to clear the halls to make sure that everybody was safe. But we're not dealing with facts and figures anymore. All right, thanks, Michelle. Have a good one. We don't. We're not getting communicated too well. Henceforth, we can't communicate well to each other.
And I refuse to think that what the strong opinions on either side. I know there's levels of grayness on both sides, whatever, that kind of blend into each other, whatever. But I refuse to think that it's me buying into the left's propaganda about something, because I hardly look at any news that can't be trusted. I mean, that was one of the things we talked about last night, was news can't be trusted, of course. I mean, you've said it. I think I even can't rely on it for weather, I mean, that was hidden by, you're in Kansas. I guarantee this happens in every state. The weather's going to change. You just wait a couple minutes. The weather's always changing because it's alive. It's moving.
Yeah, it's moving past us. We're static. We're standing here. We're rotating on a ball, but the weather's moving around us. So, of course, it's going to change.
I don't know. And then you have things happen like what's going on in Nepal is horrifying. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was almost, a lot of people thought it was AI. I said, no, that's the power of nature. My son looked at it, he goes, what the hell? I said,
Yeah.
that's nature.
Yeah, I've never.
And nature's not angry.
It's just.
Nature's fixing things
It's just doing something.
because it's following its natural. Gravity's a bitch.
Yeah.
Um,
Global warming's a
and
bitch.
and when you build homes in a certain area, there's an inherent risk. And because things are great for 50 years doesn't mean things are going to be great the next 50 years.
Right.
If you're building downhill from something, expect that stuff up there to come down eventually. It's horrible. It's a horrible tragedy.
It is horrible.
I'm glad I reported it first before Pebbles did. I'm
telling
kidding.
you what. That was
But yeah.
good reporting.
She did great. I thought she was almost live on scene, but then I thought, wait, no.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
And there'll be another one, and we'll forget about Nepal. There'll be another one
Oh, come on.
because we always forget because there's always something to replace it. We have really shitty memories when it comes to
Now, do you think? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you. I insist. We're
I
those
was gonna
squirrels,
say
aren't we?
I was gonna say that another thing that bothers me about the press when it comes to like school shootings is they always go and ask the president, and it's every fucking president they ask. Have you heard about the shooting at XYZ high school? Yes, and we're keeping apprised of it. That's all you're fucking going to
We're
do.
looking at it.
That's all you're going to do. All you're fucking going to do. You're just going to look at it. And you're going to keep apprised of it. And you're going to send the full resources, which are already there. That's all the resources they need. If the local FBI office feels they need to be involved, they don't need to ask fucking you for permission. They're already there. They're being called in. You know how it works? Local county sheriff, the local municipality, law enforcement that's in charge of the scene says this is a little bit above our pay grade. I got to call into they call down to Columbus.
Right.
They send out a team, and if they need additional resources, they call and request additional resources. The president has nothing for shit to do but the school shooting, except thoughts and prayers. And hey, you know what? They're going to come after my NRA contributions, or they're going to come after, you know, our gun rights. My constituents don't like our gun rights, or maybe we have gun control, but I can't do anything about it. That's the end of the argument. They're not to be involved in it. Don't bother them with it because they don't care. They can't care in a capacity of a president. They can care as a human being. The president has nothing to do with the school shooting. Stop asking them, what do you think about the school shooting XYZ? Fuck, they don't care. You know what you should ask? Maybe ask the parents, hey, why the fuck did you give your kid a gun? Or ask the parents of the people that have just lost their children, did you see this coming? Did anyone have a clue this little tard fuck was going to shoot up a school today? Anyone have a clue that maybe he was just a little off and he kept threatening people and, doing all the things that school shooters do? Nah, he was very quiet. Yeah, he was planning. Dumbasses. See, I get why people think I'm pretty much angry right then, right? That's passion because I can base it on facts. I can tell you that our schools are no safer today, even with executive order privilege left and right. No executive order has ever been written to protect our schools the way they need to be protected.
I agree.
Because none of these motherfuckers' kids go to any schools.
And it's not changed. It's not changed.
I have more faith in the Canadian government taking care of things.
Oh my God, how dare you? There
About
are
school
enemies
shootings.
now. There are sworn enemies. Come on.
They don't have a gun lobbying group, do they?
I don't know.
They're also not dependent on guns, are they?
I don't think so, no.
Dependent. Okay.
I'm sure there's good hunting.
I want to think. I want everyone to think about this.
Okay.
We have gun rights, and I played that clip about the constitutionality of voting, and how we should. They wanted to protect the voting and keep the illegals, and mandate stricter laws to keep people that shouldn't be voting.
Mandate.
Right. But when it comes to gun control, they don't want stronger laws to keep people from owning guns, right?
Very true.
But imagine being dependent upon a gun to protect yourself. Imagine having something strapped to you 24/7 because you're so fearful of the government based on the constitutional amendment that you're quoting and that you're so in love with. Imagine being afraid of the gun. You're not afraid of a neighbor. That constitutional thing has nothing to do with the right to bear arms to protect yourself from the invisible neighbor that's never going to come and get you. Okay. It was basically originally written to defend yourself from the government. But guess what? From 40,000 feet, your entire home and the entire block you live in can be obliterated and you'll never see the government because the government's flying in a drone.
Right.
And your little pew pew that you have strapped to you for safety, like a security blanket, provides you no protection against the government anymore. You can have all the guns strapped to your wall that you want, and you can pose for pictures with your salt and pepper beard and your cowboy hat and your Stetsons and all that shit. And you and your house will be gone in vapor dust in 30 seconds if the government so wishes it. They
Right.
don't need to send people.
Look at Weird Science. Wasn't that Weird Science?
Yeah. They don't need to they don't need to send people. Now they do, but fight back more and see if the government doesn't escalate how they take out people that shouldn't have guns.
Yeah.
They will and can take you out.
Ruby Ridge.
Hell,
People-
Ruby Ridge, shit. The technology we have now, sonic weaponry, you won't know it's coming until you're on the ground crying and bleeding out your eyes and ears. I mean, we're basing this on, yes, you have the right to protect your home, you have the right to protect your life and your property and the lives of your family. You don't have a right to leave your gun safe open so Junior can go out and exact revenge because someone was bullying him. And I think I effectively communicate the fact that none of our politicians, our government, have done anything to actually make schools secure.
Nope.
Metal detectors, by the way, I'm going to give you some really like real world information. Metal detectors at school fail 30 times out of the year where they can't work and you can't scan. Metal detector systems at most schools start on the outside where there's a bunch of kids waiting in line, which actually makes them a better, easier target to take out mass casualties. Because the gun's on the outside, the kids are on the outside, the safety zone's inside, but no one's inside yet because they're all waiting for the metal detector to start up. So if you wanted to take out a bunch of children outside, you don't have to navigate through the school to get out and escape. It's pretty much a target-rich environment.
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Pretty much. We haven't made our kids safer. We made them more targets. The cafeteria worker that decides that propping up in the air, instead of asking for a fan or saying, hey, it's too hot in here, props open a door for air circulation. And students that are planning to shoot up a school are very observant of what goes on in their school and what the weaknesses are. Oh, cool. Miss Catherine leaves the back door propped open during lunch services. That's how I'll get back in. Is there a metal detector at the lunch door? No, of course not.
Observant little fuckers.
Yeah. And whose fault's that? Well, it's his fault for planning on shooting, killing people. It's her fault for circumventing security. Should she serve time too? Yes. If you want to make schools safer, punish everyone involved. My son used to work the front office and they had a security box where you had to go into one door, then you had to show ID and there was a metal detector in there. and would scan you for weapons. And one time he had kids that didn't want to show any ID or anything. He didn't recognize them from his school, and he didn't open the door. And there was no weapons, but still, right? And he was threatened. And I called the school and I said, if you don't take care of it, identify them, and make sure that this is taken care of where my son's safe, we're gonna have issues. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing for you. He's doing your job. Like student labor is like weird, right? But he's doing your job, and he's taking this brunt of a threat by two students that don't even go here. I can't be there 24/7. You need to be. You need to be there when I can't be. Well, guess what? 5 weeks later, I go in to pick him up. We have a doctor's appointment. I have to go get him. I instinctively go to reach for the other door, even though I'm supposed to wait. And guess what? That door opens. There's no one in the room to monitor. There's no one at the front desk. I had access to the gymnasium that was during a music concert. I could have walked straight into that. If I was a nefarious person, I could have walked straight into that gymnasium and did a whole lot of damage. I had access to 2 corridors of hallways before I even went upstairs or downstairs. So
That's just crazy shit.
I can communicate what needs to be done. You know, if you want effective communication, what needs to be done. We're not getting it from the people we depend on to give it to us, our media, our government. So in effect, our lack of communication stems from what we receive. So it's not all your fault, Phil. I blame CNN.
Yeah, it is my fault. I'm telling you what.
No, okay, Phil. Don't be like
Okay.
Eeyore.
But no, yeah,
Don't
good
be
conversation. That's yeah. And another point I wanted to make was I don't blame Miller if it actually comes out. It probably won't, whatever. Or he's full of himself, so he might say, yeah, I did it. I'm not blaming him. I'm completely on the same page as you. As it was my post, it wasn't his post. You know, it was a
Well, yeah.
but it was also people that have a weak sense of themselves and can't take it because I just said words. I just typed words. That's it. That's all.
I don't even blame YouTube if their rules have always been that certain things cannot be said. Okay, fine. Certain things cannot be said. It's like I don't wish certain things to be said on my channel. But the thing is, either they catch it or someone reports it.
Okay.
And further down.
Go ahead. Further down.
And further down the line, they and they alone determine whether it's a violation. It's not like, oh, well so and so said in this report that this person's a bad person and said bad things that violate our TOS. Go ahead and strike them without confirming.
Because I guarantee you, I'm still gonna at him when I come back. When I come back, when I'm able to post things and stuff, I'm gonna at him more than that fucking Kevin guy or whatever his name was added you. He's gonna
Kyle.
Kyle. He's gonna be added so many times a day now. I don't care. That's my goal. I have a goal.
Well, that wasn't the problem. It wasn't the fact. It wasn't at Jedi Miller Returns. It wasn't is a fat pig. It was the fact that you called POTUS a pedo. You
yeah,
said
but
pedo,
how
POTUS.
do they even know what the fuck I'm talking about without them knowing what I'm talking about? If you get my meaning, everyone knows what he is. I wasn't supposed to say that, so I used wording, and I got dinged for it. That's fine. I'll take it. I'm proud
So
of it.
I don't think you would have been dinged if you would have said sexual abuser.
Oh, because it's more scientific.
It's true. That's the truth.
That is the truth. It is.
That's provable. E. Jean Carroll got paid out because civilly he was liable for sexual abuse.
Yeah.
It wasn't rape because that doesn't fit New York's definition technically. And if you want me to be graphic, I can explain it to you, Miller. what he did. I won't do it here for the sake of other people, but it was unwanted sexual penetration, and
Bye, Michelle.
he was not because I tell you what, the prosecution fucked up. Had they gone after sexual abuse, he would have been found guilty. They went after rape. Okay. Technically, under the current New York standards, it did not meet that definition. Now you have to listen to the words that they say. It did not meet the definition of rape.
Well, didn't Miller say that she asked for it?
Well, that's fucking stupid. And one day a woman's gonna, and he asked for that woman to bite him. He asked for that prostitute in Tijuana to give him chlamydia or an STI or whatever it was. He asked for it.
And I'm sorry that his no, okay, I say I'm sorry too much. That's coming from being abused by Miller. It's I think this is very interesting when somebody's like going after somebody's religion or going after whatever, or going after somebody's mindset or whatever. If your mindset and belief system is so fragile that you can't handle somebody, I mean, extremely coming at you or extremely making statements. Let's just say it what it is. Making statements into the ether, then there's something wrong with you. I mean, I feel I'm missing the point when somebody says he's backed up what, and I'm sure I'll be hopefully forgiven for this because I'm not giving any details, but when somebody says he's backed up everything he said he would do, he's done it. I don't know where that list is. I don't know, and I'd love to be able to talk to somebody without it getting escalated to the point where nobody wants to talk about it anymore, or all we hear is, and this isn't the example from the other day, all we hear is screaming or a lot of cussing or whatever, because we've been through that, and I did a lot of crappy ass things to people through my voice and my words, but I would love to have a conversation with, okay, number one on the list is this, or not number one, but just like,
I can debunk it right now.
here's the list of things that he did that he backed up when he said he was going to do it, because there's a list of stuff now. Affordability, when you come across and say affordability and act like a whatever, then you're going to lose. I'm surprised he hasn't lost everyone as an audience. So go ahead.
Phil, I can back it up right now.
Okay, great.
Remember when President Trump said the gas prices and food prices would go down?
See?
During his administration?
Yeah.
Now, what I did in January, before his election, before he took office, before he was effective to make change in the government and the world, I did the national average prices, and they're in a Google sheet somewhere. And I thought, let me wait till 2 years in, right? Midterms, right? And then let's see at the end of 4 years. Those are two promises that he said on his campaign trail and after he got into office. Now, are gas prices lower than they were at 3.15? I think it was 3.15 a gallon average. Do you think the national average is less than 3.15 a gallon right now?
No, not at all. No.
Are food price? Are people paying more for the same food that they're buying?
Yes.
Most likely, generally, without sales. I mean, the cost of food
Utilities.
is more.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're past the 18 months period where we can say it was Joe Biden's fault. We can't blame Joe Biden anymore, kids. When did gas prices go up? When the incursion against Iran started. Who started that incursion? We did. Who's suffering for higher gas prices? American people are, and other countries, of course. So now you're paying more money for gas to get to the grocery store so you can buy groceries. so you can eat, get to work, feed your family, and those prices are higher. That's on him. Now, if he lowers prices from $4 to $5 a gallon down to 3, they're going to consider that a victory. It's all in the wording. He has not fulfilled all of his campaign promises. That is a lie and can be debunked without me even looking anything up. Just asking questions. How much are your gas prices higher? Are you bitching at the pump? You know, that's directly because of our behavior. Food prices. We're getting Argentine beef from Argentine cows, and 30,000 pounds of it have been or 30,000 tons of it have been recalled. I thought we didn't want foreign input. I thought it was America first. Argentine beef, is it safe? Does it go through the same quality standards as the USDA? Do we even care anymore about what comes in? Foreign beef's okay, but foreign people aren't.
It's all foreign meat. Come on.
To some people, it probably is.
Now now I'm asking. This isn't facetious. This isn't me trying to bait anybody or get it under anybody's skin. Has this made America great? Has this cheapened America everywhere? Although I've heard he doesn't really care what people think about him, but we're not hot. That's God. That's such a horrible. Such a horrible.
He wasn't talking about America. He was talking about Natalie Harp.
Shitty. But you heard him say things like America's hot again.
I have a problem with that. And you know what? Many people my generation and before have a problem with that. America's always been great at the things that America's good at. Hey, Carla. Now, my question is to people that think America wasn't great, which America are you wanting to make great?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. You don't even have to. It's not even a baiting question or anything. It's which part, what time frame are we looking at? Make
I'm
America
talking more
great.
like what peoplescape. The
Well, right.
peoplescape. Which peoplescape are you talking about? Rich, better for who? Rich
Okay, yeah.
people?
That's a good way to look at it too.
Farmers? Single mother with 2 children? Single father with 2 children? A nuclear family that has tried to adjust from the American dream to actual survival? The woman that's trying to decide if she's going to eat cat food to afford her medicine? You know, if we're gonna say things like we're gonna drop the prices of medicine 160%,
Nice.
then I want my 60% back in cash. So he's no president fulfills every promise. It's just not possible under the current government structure, which seems some people want to change. It's not. I mean, America is not better than it was. Now, unless your qualification is we have less foreigners here.
See, and that's a slippery slope. You think people would say, "Oh no, not at all. That's not it at all." But you have to listen to how they speak about things. That's pretty shitty in itself.
Like it comes very close to him saying, I don't only want white people in America. He's racist. He is racist. A lot of his policies point to black only and dark skin only situations, which would completely rule out Jesus being in schools. But, you know, campaign promises, executive orders being fulfilled, promises in office being fulfilled. No, that is that's totally provable that that's not been completely 100% accomplished. Um, there's too much trolling. There's too much joking. I don't listen to a president speak so I can get a comedy routine. I'll put in an old George Carlin movie. If I want comedy, I'll watch The Daily Show. If I want to laugh about something going on in the world, I'll listen to something that's not serious. When I want to hear a president talk, I want facts and figures and I want plans. I want actionable steps taken to accomplish the goal that the lowest common denominator in this country is going to end up being better after 4 years than they were when this term started. Lowest common denominator is the poorest person in America that is actively trying to better their lives and needs a little help doing it. I'm not talking about the handouts and the free programs that everyone supposedly is getting. There's been no proof of that. I'm talking about the lowest common denominator. I will tell you a woman that has probably struggled through college, is single, works 2 or 3 jobs just to pay rent, eat. Maybe she has some diabetic medication she needs to take, and she tries to contribute while suffering every single day. You show me where her life is going to get better, and then I'll start appreciating plans and promises. But if it's just to make the rich wealthier and the blind followers, drool, I'm not interested in hearing it.
Yeah.
Are you tinkering? But back to the original conversation of communication and being heard. Um, I see you have some valid points. I see the rough edges of valid points, but I think you let the emotional kind of take over, and then you kind of lose. You know, sometimes you lose me. Sometimes you're going along just fine. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. That does makes a lot of sense. And then you say something that kind of jolts me out of that thinking. I'm like, oh shit, now I don't know, and that's fine because I don't want to be, a thought puppet, and I don't want to agree with you 100%. I shouldn't be agreeing with you 100% because
I
you're
get
not
it.
a total copy of me. But I
I get
think communication, clear communication, makes it a lot better to disagree. When it comes to name calling, this is why, you know, this is about the closest to political discussion I'm interested in having in mixed groups. Because one, I don't want to talk to a bunch of people that agree with me. I can do that in my head. Hey, Jeff, you said something right. Hey, good job. Thanks. Um, but in mixed groups, it usually ends up into being some kind of caveman contest where someone's dragging someone behind them by their hair, calling names, putting down their personal life and digging in lowest fruit, and it just turns into a shit show. You don't get that with the people that think about it. It's like, hey, I think he's a piece of shit. Yeah, good job. That's all you get. That's all the feedback you get. You do that in mixed company, you're like, well, you're wrong. You're just a hater and you don't love America. When Miller says that, I understand where his patriotism lies. It's with one man, not 330. 330 million people, roughly, in this country are the people that I'm probably roughly 329,500,000 are what I measure our country's success by.
Another thing that I think of when I'm discussing this stuff or thinking about this stuff or listening to somebody talk about this stuff is there's people out there, obviously, there's people out there that are devoted. There's people out there that actually think, I'm trying to put this in in fair, equal terms. There's people around. There's people in this nation that believe he's doing good,
Mhm.
and they, I guess, ignore all the things. I mean, I understand that sometimes people can be trolls. I understand that, but yeah, to me, to make when you're wanting, because they're like, oh, he's telling a joke. When you're wanting somebody to receive your joke, you're to me, you should be liked. You know, I don't know if that's going to come across as a stupid point or not, but you shouldn't be making jokes if you're a fucking asshole all the time. Only I don't think there's anything. To me, there's nothing funny that comes out of the man's mouth. And I'd like somebody to tell me, for example, when he said this, that was funny.
He is funny. I will
Well,
say, I will
ow.
honestly say that he makes me laugh.
No, I see. Yeah. Oh,
He
you're being
doesn't even
serious.
have to speak. All he has to here's the thing. If you're going to critique someone for falling asleep and being old and decrepit, and yet you're surrounded by a bunch of people standing behind you, and their nose is visibly going, God, did he just shit himself again? Or he's fallen asleep and his eyes are completely closed, and someone taps the back of his chair to wake him up. Your argument against Joe Biden being sleepy, which by the way, both are wrong for it. For fuck's sake, go to sleep, and for fuck's sake, don't run for president if you're too fucking tired. It's a grueling job. It's stressful. They all turn gray. They all turn old. They all turn in 48 years. They're age 20 years. It's a grueling job. Don't take it if you can't handle it. On the worst day, if you've gone through 4 years and you've had a worst day that you can remember, if you can't endure another 4 years of all worst days like that, don't take the job. And we're sitting here, Biden full of sleep, sleepy Joe. Well, sleepy Trump. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Joe Biden supporter. I'm saying that because yes, Joe Biden was sleepy Joe, and Donnie is also sleepy Donnie. What I'd like for America to do is for them to wake up and realize that old people should not be fucking running the country anymore. We
Yeah.
need someone younger
Yep. That's true.
with some vitality and stamina to them. When Obama ran down the steps of Air Force One, I'm always fucking worried. All it takes is one tumble and you're labeled as a klutz, right?
Yeah.
He forgot to surrender, or I mean not surrender. He forgot to salute to the soldier, to the escort. And he came back down and did it. He could have fell. He could have just stayed up there and said, "Well, I'll get you next time." He came back down. We need a little bit of pep in the step, you know. We need White House doctors not to lie
Yeah.
about the condition of our president. We have an investment. The president is an investment of the country. We have a right to know the exact health concerns of the president. And when people say, no, it's none of your business, yes, it is. It is. Because again, if something happens to the president, there are global consequences for that. Well, Chloe just summed it up. Chloe's made her thoughts known.
Hi, Chloe. Hope you're doing fine.
It's like, wow, you made fun. Okay, if you're going to make fun of someone for being sleepy or being slow or incompetent, don't copy it. Don't be sleepy. Don't sit there with your eyes closed like, you know, why am I seeing women behind you curl their nose up like you just shat yourself? Like, why are people getting rushed out of the room immediately? Because they have to disinfect the seat and change his pants. And they had to do it with Joe Biden.
Yeah, and I just because you say something about someone doesn't mean you're the fan of the other person.
No.
But here's the thing: I think somebody that is only a fan of the party line, one way or the other, they're less of a their opinion is less because
I
it's
won't
just
talk.
like
I won't debate. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you'll debate what?
I won't debate with someone that's a party line person because there's no give, there's no flexibility.
Yeah, none. It's easier for them. They don't have to think.
I mean, if someone could point out things like, hey, Trump did reduce this or he made this better, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad that happened. I'll admit that if there was shown to me, sure. Once I verify it and make sure that it's true, yeah, I'll give you credit. But party line people, I'm always going to vote party line. I don't even look at the other side. Of course you don't.
And to give a little insight, and then I have to go. Give a little insight on this, on my thought processes on the most horrific bits of this man is, hey Dolly, is
Okay.
the fact that he is having people cover up things. There's not just victims on that list. There's names. Everyone knows his name is there. The amount of money and the amount of time and the amount of resources he's using in the government just to do that, just to keep it out of circulation, to keep that information out of circulation, uh, uh, bends into the fact that he thinks that if you can't see it, it's not there. Therefore, there's no evidence whatsoever. That that's one way to look at it, but that's that's not a very good way to look at it. And you'd be the same type of person to, oh, the plane's gonna have a credible threat. Well, let's get on this other plane, and you guys can fuck off. Because
I
it's just horrible.
I honestly, I know you have to go, but I honestly think that um, the U.S. is not going after anyone in that list. And by the way, Miller, I don't give a fuck who they are, how
Yeah,
much
I
they
don't care
make,
either.
what political party. If you're abusive sexually or nasty towards women or children, you deserve to be hung out to dry and then wood chipped. Okay, that's
Yeah,
my belief. I don't care who you are.
and if you
I
have
don't care if it
a
was in my
differing
family.
opinion that differs from that at all, one iota, you're covering for the people. Miller, you're covering for pedophiles, is what you're doing. You are supporting pedophiles. And if you hear my voice kind of raise up a little bit, it's because I want him to get the point. He won't, but Miller's a fucking awful person. I can't believe I lowered my standards to be on his panel the other night and do something that's sacred to me, art.
I actually
It,
was looking forward to that. I thought it was going to be good because
I
I
thought it
have
was
both.
too, and he had to fucking ruin it. Self-centered fucking whatever. Anyway, but yeah, you see, if you say anything at all, that it's like, well, there's no evidence in any of the Epstein files at all. You can't see his name anywhere. It's because it's been covered up. It,
If Bill Clinton's guilty, hang that motherfucker out to dry.
hang him.
Do it
Hang him
today, right
tomorrow.
now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get
If
them all.
Ellen
Round them all up.
DeGeneres dissolved baby bones, hang her up too. I don't care if
But you
she's
know
a
what?
woman. So,
It's because it's mass destruction. And mass destruction comes from the term mutually assured. Because if some people are going to get called out and they start calling out their enemies, they're going to get found out. So they're protecting themselves by protecting their enemies, not going after anybody in the United States.
yeah.
Apparently, only people outside of the United States are going to be convicted of crimes from the Epstein files. And that's weird and untrue and not justice.
Nope.
Take them all. Take them all out. Put them in
All
a semi truck and drive across the country with no food or water.
all them bitches. Anyway, love you
Right,
guys.
Dolly?
Gotta run.
Oh, wait, hold on, Phil, 1 second, because I have a big announcement.
Oh, great.
I'm proud to say that when my pharmacy was in past tense going to be delivered, they said your debit card doesn't have enough money to pay for your copay. And I said, "Oh God, what did I do? Oh shit!" I'm proud to say that my insulin doubled this month. My copay,
My God.
Good job.
$40 to $80. Yes, and I didn't have the $80.
But you got double the insulin, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
No,
cool.
when
Yeah.
I asked the pharmacist, she goes, "Yeah, it's the prices for us to buy it from the company went down, but Medicare chose to." I've lost so much. You know how much I've lost. I mean, I lost palliative care. I've lost my insulin pump. I've lost my monitors. I lost home care that I mean, I have home care that comes in and cleans, but I don't have the nursing that would come in and do medical procedures that needed to be done weekly. Um, and I'm so proud because everybody says it's so much better now. I hope that sounded like I was being really nasty.
Perfect.
Good job.
Thank you. I
All
worked
right,
on it.
Phil. Have a
Bye,
good day.
Phil.
I'll see you guys later.
Take care of your legion.
I'll go live later.
Okay.
No, you
So
won't.
live. And Pebbles is going live at 6 p.m.
Oh, good.
Central
Good.
Time. Yeah.
No one believed that, by the way.
That's-
No one believed that at all.
I'd go live if I knew how.
Yeah. You do
But
now.
well, Pebbles and I only have one device, Jeff.
Thank God I heard that again. I thought I was going to get through the rest of August without hearing that. Darn it.
I have a lot of devices. I just don't know
Now,
how.
I want to say something publicly.
Okay.
I was approached by a Twisted Art lady. Not in that way, Pebble or Dolly, calm down. I was approached by Twisted Art lady, and she has some games. They're called Jackbox games. They're games that you play on YouTube. Um, and I haven't got back to her yet, but hopefully she hears this. There is games you can play. Some of them require two devices, and I'm kind of lenient on. I'm kind of leaning not to go with all those specifically, just because I know a lot of people only have one device. But if there are games that can be played, you know, on here, I'm gonna have to host those too.
You know what? I can't say too much, so I'm going to say it in code, okay? But we used to play a card game that I absolutely adored. Can you do that on YouTube? It was like Crazy Eight type thing. You
Not that I
cheated a
know
lot.
of.
You
I
cheated.
see.
Yeah,
There
you
is a
cheated a lot.
preponderance of evidence that says I do not cheat, that I played the game well. I
I
think it's
believe it was
just
cheating.
jealousy.
I can't allow you to be so supreme to me over a card game and accept that you had good strategy. I have to make. Is that called gaslighting? I must say that.
You're criminalizing my card behavior.
Okay, you
That's for
can't
sure.
cheat on an online. You can't shuffle the deck and make it stack against for
Yeah.
you, right?
The only cards I count is how many I'm going to give you when I reverse Uno it. But
Oh,
yeah,
what
no.
do you think? But I would love to play that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be something. Yeah, because of the limitations of people being able to participate. I'll have to look into it.
Okay, but that was fun, or something like that. I don't know how you do it, but 'cause I've watched. Is it Twisted or Wingstar that has games on their channel sometimes?
That's Twisted. She plays. Yeah,
Okay,
that's the game she's talking about. Those kind of games.
I've watched, but I'm about 60 years too old to understand what they're doing.
Hmm.
I don't understand how. When my boys were little and when they got their first whatever, not Atari, but the next game up. The only game I could play was Pac-Man. That was the only game I could play. I didn't understand. I'm just not that person.
I used to remember all the levels up to the ninth key. I know the patterns.
Mom, I'm done. I would just want.
Hello. kind of cut out there.
60%, 200% down. Would you like to see where my insulin's sitting right now? In the pharmacy. No,
Where it
it's not
belongs,
in my house.
obviously.
It's not in my damn house.
It's doing you
No,
well.
I did get the money. Well, you know, I did, there's a truck stop near, so I did get the money for the insulin, but I had a
You're breaking up a bit. We lost you a bit.
a lot of people can't afford it, and they don't have anybody to go to say, "Can I borrow $40 until I get my next Social Security check?" Because my insulin doubled.
And they didn't tell you beforehand that your insulin was doubling?
No.
Okay. I'm just going to say this. Whatever happened to central United States, the center of United States, I've heard a lot of people from that area. There is no communication between insurance, pharmacy, doctor, and patient like there is here. When my wife's medication was doubled, she was supposed to get a double dose. She received a thing from insurance and from the pharmacy that said, you will receive double the dose at the same price that you were paying for a single dose. There was clear communication on that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it's regional, but there's not a consistency of communication.
No.
So I apologize on behalf of
Idiots
all
around the
future and
world.
former current presidents that people can't be forthright. You should have been told that beforehand.
Well, I'm just ready for the next shoe to drop. Oh, it's always one thing or another. You know how much my rent has gone up since something happened, since an election took place? My rent has gone up, I think $50 a month more than when I moved in here 4 years ago.
That's actually pretty decent compared to what I've heard
Well,
from other people.
It's government funded. I mean, it's not Section 8, but it's subsidized. I think it's $50 a month, but $50 a month. But my Social Security check didn't go up $50 a month.
And your landlord probably doesn't make $50 extra a month.
No.
Because their bills raised up.
Yep.
So that $50 is probably not even covering everything that's supplied to not only their residents that they're renting out, but their own home.
Yep.
So yeah, they're getting screwed as well. And they're the bad guy though. They're the front facing bad guy. Hey, rent's going up. Well, fuck you. Why are you raising my rent? Well, it's a long, complicated train of things that happen. It's like tariffs, it gets trickled down, and guess who pays? Guess who really pays? You're going to pay more because the landlord has to pay more because other people are putting more, demands of their money on it. He's not making money. The landlords aren't getting rich by your $50 increase. They're just covering their ass on their expenses because they've been raised up.
I think it was the government that raised it. I don't blame them at all.
Well, government in extents like circumstances in the world, like fuel prices, gas prices, electricity prices, cost of electricity, all these things that happen add up to who's going to pay for it? The majority, the population. There's more of them to pay for it. That's why rich people stay rich. So, yeah, you'll get the $50 increase. You won't see anything extra for the $50 because there's nothing to give extra because there's no money to spend extra. My first apartment, stayed there 4 years. And each time we renewed a lease, we would either get, something like new carpet.
Wow.
Or steam cleaning if your carpet was good and you got steam cleaning. where you got like money off rent or um, something extra, something else, that some kind of service or discount they provided, and you would be able to get that for renewing your rent. It was like an incentive to renew. Nowadays, you're just like, just pay more for the same shit because there's no extra for amenities or extra to give out. There's just nothing. They're not bringing in $50 and only spending 25 on their bills and having 25 to pocket. So that sucks.
I have to correct myself. This since the election was less than 2 years ago, so the $50 increase has been within 2 years, not 4. It hurts.
Yeah, because now you have to go through everything and recalculate.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times there's, what do I sacrifice? The first question is, what do I have to get rid of? What can I get rid of?
Hey, those Temu stickers aren't going to buy themselves, babe.
Well, you might have to do a little extra work at the truck stop on the weekends.
Okay, just between me and you, right? Nobody else is listening. Pebbles isn't holding up to her responsibilities of the Pebbles and Dolly show. Oh gosh, I can't remember our names. I'm Elvira and she's Shaquiqa or something. Anyway, she's not holding up her end of the workload.
I've heard reports that she's been slacking a lot. I don't want to say who told me.
Mm-hmm.
Possum and penguin and giraffe, those cats she has. They said that sometimes she just lays in bed and says, I don't want to feed you. But then she gets up and does it. I think she's going through something.
I think she's in love.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, is she really here?
Dolly. Yeah, she's in chat.
Oh,
she said, seriously. I can't believe Dolly would call you out like that, Pebbles.
Well, it's just that I've been on vacation a lot and she's got to pick up the slack. Plus, I need more money.
No, you know what? Let's just be real. Put your necklace on. That's what she said. Was she going to zap you through it? That'd be cool. I want to see it.
She tracks me. She knows where I'm at all times. Well, which is really good because I don't know half the time, but I can't believe she said, take a link, Pebbles, take a link.
Well, I only got 20 minutes left. I got to eat. You people are starving me from eating food today. I'm kidding. I had a smoothie earlier. I'm going to get some lunch though with my son here in a little bit.
He sounds like such a good kid.
Yeah, he is when he's quiet. Then he back talks me. I'm like, who's that remind me of?
His mama?
No.
I always blame that on my husband. You're just like your father.
I would, but she's much quieter than I am, so
I
guess I get to blame. Plus, he looks exactly like me, and
oh, bless his heart.
I'm gonna. Can we call out Darren for a little bit?
Yeah.
Because he's good at calling other people out, and I'm gonna drag him for just a little bit down the glass road.
Okay.
He left a comment on my last live when I came back from those 12 days where people thought that my channel had been taken down because they're stupid. He made a comment. Darren's not stupid. I like Darren, but I caught him. He said the best part of me going live, and he's smiling and laughing right now because he knows where I'm going with this. He said the best part of me going live was Morgan being there. And I printed out what he said and I balled it up in a big old ball of paper and I threw it as hard as I could at the wall. And then I threw it away. And then I burned the trash can outside. And I said, damn you, Darren. How dare you? I said, and I disagree. I didn't reply because I wanted to contain my anger.
Yeah, and that's the right thing to do.
Look at this troll. Look at this Irish troll over here telling me that the best part of me going live was Morgan being in chat.
Well, Darren.
Don't take a side, Dolly.
I'm not. You heard my tone of voice. I said, well, Darren, the best part of coming on panel is talking to Pebbles. I'm so sorry, Jeff. I had to do it. Oops, did you drop me? Did you mute me? Uh-oh, uh-oh.
I'm
No,
trying not to be reactive.
that's good. You're really growing as a human.
I'm doing self work.
I could tell.
Not like
And
some
what?
people do self jerk. But yeah, I was like, Darren, really? Man.
Well,
Oh, by the way, Darren, next time you go live or you see Carla in a live and it's really early in the morning over here, which is like Wendy V or whatever, tell her to go to bed. Your legal team's on the phone, said they plead the fifth. You can't plead you don't have the Fifth Amendment, do you? You can't, can you plead in other countries' amendments?
oh, I think
Man,
when you're in America, you have to follow our driving rules and everything. So maybe you're allowed to have a lawyer if you get in trouble, even if you're not from here. So I imagine if you have to follow those rules, you can take the fifth. I'm making that up, but
it sounded good. I was
thanks.
almost on board with you there, but then I thought it's Darren from Dublin.
Oh, well, he he sent me like a cute little kissy type face once, and so you never send me
Oh,
kissy faces in chat, Jeff. Never.
you were so easily bought out. I swear. No wonder you're successful at the truck stops.
But that's true. Hey, we made a profit again this quarter, and we split the quarter.
Literally down the middle.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, she got the bigger piece of the pie this time because I got it last time. Plus, I skimmed off the top.
Could you imagine
Good.
just having a PayPal distribution of 12.5 cents?
Well, we can't do Venmo anymore because they always want to know what it's for, and there's not an emoji for that.
No, I think it's because you called up customer service and said, "Hey, when ho?" And they were like, "No, this is Venmo."
I go,
And
oh,
and now you're too embarrassed to call back. So that's fine. It's okay, Darren. You know what? I'll get past it because untruths are just that, untrue. Guess
hey,
what I
I
heard?
like Morgan too. Go ahead.
Bevel says the Orange Man is renaming Ohio.
Ohio. Oh, that's how I pronounce that Hawaiian town country.
Hawaii? Oahu?
No, that one word I can't say to save my soul. And
Oahu?
Evelyn tried Oahu, but
Oahu?
I kept coming out Ohio. I don't know.
Yeah, if Ohio was in Hawaii, I definitely would have better scenery.
Oh! I'm supposed to keep an appendage dry for a few days, and I said I think I would recover better if I was in Hawaii. And um, a medical type person said, "Well, I will write that script for you, but you're going to have to take your physician with you." So we're packing now.
Well, if you think you're going to Hawaii because of a medical condition, but they're going to raise your insulin. Good luck, girl. Good luck. They will name it Barren Land. Oh man, there's a joke there. Oh man, see. Oh, Dolly, you're on my wavelength. You know the joke. See, there's a. Oh.
I know it. I know it. Go ahead and do it.
Do you understand now do you see why I'm so stressed out at times? It's not
And
from actually having conversations. It's from not saying the things that I could say. There's a lot
but
of
this,
women out here with barren land. Ah,
yeah. Oh, thank you for saying it. Well, I was going to even go with myself. Oh, I haven't been barren for years. You know.
well, you had I think you front loaded all the fun
Yeah.
times.
Oh yeah. 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 But fun times comes with consequences.
I was gonna
17
go
kids
live
later.
tonight. I was gonna go live tonight again because it pisses off Miller when I do it. I can do it multiple times. He can't. And I meant going live, maybe. But now that Pebbles has wanted to rename my state, that means beautiful river, I I'm going to take the night off.
Oh,
Hmm.
Pebbles,
I'm going to
apologize
reevaluate.
now.
Nope, it's too late. I made up my mind. I've already put in my schedule.
If it's on your schedule, we're dead.
Yep.
It
You know
stays
how I
there.
am about the schedule.
I understand. Well, that's okay because really, Pebbles, between Pebbles and I, we have two devices, not just one. See, it can work.
You can only have six in Texas, so
Well, I can't believe she lives in Dildo, Texas.
angled dildo. Yeah,
I can't believe I would move.
you should see their city hall. It's an actual
Oh,
dildo that's angled like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Um. Oh my
well,
God.
their town square has a monument for the founding fathers, and it's huge. That's what she said.
Hmm. That's what she said with
Yeah,
her
but
barren land. Hi,
there
Cass.
was more than 6 of them there. I know there is.
I hope so.
Me too.
Be a big old middle finger to the government.
I'm going to have 7, damn it.
Hey, could you imagine? Is there a female senator or um, government employee we could send like 7 sex toys to and then call the police? I want to see if someone actually gets arrested for it.
Is it just in Texas, though?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Pebbles, we need a female person that we not much really like a whole lot, and we will send 7.
It has to be a government official though, because it would make more
Okay,
sense if
yeah,
they just,
yeah.
not that we'd really do it, but it sounds fun. And yeah, that'd be great.
I can't help with the GoFundMe until next month when I get my Social Security check, but I will promise you $1 for that GoFundMe to buy the supplies.
Well, here, let me be the government for a while. You're going to need to choose, Dolly, between your insulin and a GoFundMe, and you know which way I'm leaning.
The GoFundMe, baby.
Didn't you have insulin last month? What do you
Yeah,
need it again for this month?
yeah, yeah. You're
Hmm.
not dead, so you know it's
You
cool.
shake, you shake violently and act a little
Yeah,
strange and talk funny, but I think you're fine. Just wait till
sure.
next time. Just wait till October. Skip September.
Yeah,
You'll be
well,
good.
who needs it? It's a
Yeah.
hot month in the central part of the United States. It's hot and not as hot as Texas, though.
Oh God, my troll's here. Cass.
I like Cass.
Do you? I mean,
Yeah,
you do? Good. I do too.
and I like Morgan too, so I understand
Well, okay,
why.
let's
I,
get
I,
out. Let's calm that down.
I, 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 she's nice to me.
No, here we go with that
I
again.
know. Everybody hates when I say that.
I'm gonna grab a pencil out of my drawer here and stab myself in the eye for hearing that again. Uh,
But if people are nice to me, then I'm nice back.
yeah,
Well, I try to be nice to
that's good.
everybody. And there is a way. I lost the touch over the years, but there is a way of just killing people with kindness. And they can calm down and they can be more willing to speak to you. But I've lost that ability as time's gone on.
You know what I find works out with Pebbles when she gets all flustered and frustrated?
Uh-huh.
I just sit here, I lean up on my desk a little bit, arms
Uh-huh.
folded in front of me, and I
Uh-huh.
look at her name and I say, Pebbles, have you tried calming down lately? And usually she goes pretty silent for a while. Now I don't know if
Mhm.
there's rage building up or she's realized that she can be a calm being, but for a while you don't hear from her.
Let me give you a little insight on that because I'm a psychiatrist.
I've heard
Well,
I've heard
I'm not.
you're I've heard you're a patient. I mean, you're patient with your. Go ahead.
No, well, I said that wrong. I see a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychiatrist. But anyway, the most dangerous things you could ever tell a woman is to calm down or relax.
Oh, I know.
Because, oh, good God Almighty, will I come out of my skin?
I'm bringing confrontation back.
That's good. I think we need more of that. All we need is love, love, love is all we need.
Cass says that 7 dildos need to be sent to a mail-in government in Texas. Headlines would be great.
Oh, I thought of something 12 hours after we talked about it, so I'll try to remember what it was. Oh, shit, damn. Oh, you got married by a deacon and you really kind of respected that because he was married. He knows about marriage, firsthand knowledge
Yeah, he
of
did
it.
all the pre-cana with us, so he was like speaking from experience. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
great.
And I like that. When I had my kids, um, I had male OB-GYNs, and I never questioned that. But there wasn't a lot of female doctors out there yet. I mean, there were some, but where I was at, it was an all male it was a mostly male thing. Now, as an adult, I look back thinking you can be taught about labor and delivery. You can watch it. You can experience it. I'm not experience it, but you can experience seeing it. Um, but doggone it, you have never felt what a labor pain is. Even now, I can't remember exactly what it felt like, but I remembered that it was painful. Or like
I'm
your
sure it is.
and your monthlies, a man's never had a monthly, so I
Not
almost
physically, no. I think mentally and emotionally we have.
well, and they definitely have gone through menopause, but I didn't say that. That was rude and unkind. But I do know a couple of men who've gone through menopause. But never mind. That's a whole nother subject. Which
Breaking
we can,
news.
yeah,
Breaking news, Dolly.
yeah.
Darren went and paid his legal team. And finally, after many, many requests, Darren will be coming at me and after me. This will be great for content, views, and subs on both parts. Um, Finally, after many requests, you're going after the wrong people. Go after Jeff. And it didn't work. Now his legal team is paid up, and man, I cannot wait for the cease and desists. Great.
This is going to go viral, isn't it?
I hope so.
Me
I
too.
hope it breaks all records of streaming content.
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah, menopause during menopause is the part where we think we're going to say something and then we pause and we're like, nah, we shouldn't.
I wish. I wish we all had that ability, but no. It's when you buy a fancy car, or you leave
Yeah,
your wife, or you have an
mid
affair, or
midlife crisis.
yeah. I remember when I thought I was middle age. I really do remember thinking this. I go, "Oh yeah, I'm just middle aged," and then I thought I have to live to 150 to be middle aged at this point. Not now. I mean, this was years
Close.
ago.
Um, yeah, I think I always thought that this middle-aged life crisis thing that men went through, I thought you automatically got a sports car. And when I
Well,
turned
that was
50,
when it was in the government budget, but that's been cut. No, that
right
would have
next
stayed, wouldn't it?
right next to the insulin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, and by the way, Pebbles, I have my insulin. I did get the money. I don't know if you heard that part. I don't want her worrying that I'm going without. I'm not going without.
yeah, she got it from some Timu dealer. He says
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it looks like peanut butter, but she says it's fine.
Well,
Um,
I sold a bunch of stickers.
yeah, stickers is code for everyone for truck stop activities.
Yes. We give you, well, I have so many of them now. We give you that as your with purchase gift. Gift with purchase.
Aw,
Yeah,
it's
it's
very kind
cute.
of you.
Well, and where we put it is really cute.
I don't want to know. I think I've seen that movie.
Really cute stickers by Dolly and Pebbles. I almost said my real
Yeah,
name there.
yeah, I think that name of that show was Sticky Situation. I couldn't get the scrambler. I tried to descramble it,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
because it was on those forbidden cable shows back in the day. I
Hmm.
couldn't get a full. The audio was clear, but I couldn't get the video to work well. Oh well.
Well, you know those foreign films.
No, I think it was Next Door Neighbors coming through the cordless phone. But anyway, yeah, sad. My technical
Pat might
skills are
know
not
them.
good. um, scary, very scary.
So what do you like most about Pebbles?
Oh, I have a list.
Me too.
Oh wait, that's a chore list. Um,
I said favorite thing about her, not.
oh,
I said favorite.
things I would make her do if she came here and visited. Chore list.
Oh, I
Oh,
wish
I
you
mean,
would.
um, I like her spunkiness. I like her. She fights back. She doesn't just cave in. I don't like weak women that just cave in. If you're gonna be part
Oh,
of my cult, you're gonna be, independently thinking. She's funny. She's way eccentric for me. I mean, I'm very laid back and conservative. She's very way out there with her.
he is kind of high class.
She's a care actor.
A cat actor.
Hmm. She takes care of the animals. She's a really sweet person. Wait a minute. Let me try that again. I didn't have enough tone and inflection. Pebbles is a really sweet person to be around once you get to know her, and then deduct all her shortfalls and shortcomings. But yeah, I mean, she's really nice.
He is height challenged. That's her only shortcomings. I really have
Well,
no idea how tall she is, but in my head, she's a itty bitty little petite thing.
she's 5'3".
Ah, well, so she's a
Oh,
giant.
Phil's got tornado sirens at noon.
Where
He
I
does every
came
day.
from, that was called the noon whistle. And how it started was I come from a farming community, and it would go off at noon every day from beginning of time. So the people, the farm hands and everything would know it's time to go in for lunch. And that's how we did it. And it's still done to this day, every day at noon, even on Sunday.
Phil, I don't see no tornadoes in your area. It's very clear there in the state of confusion. You're clear. There must be a test there. What is
I live in
Cascadia?
denial. Can you look in denial and see if you can find if I have any?
Why would they just deny it?
I know. Doubting Thomas, I was going to say that too about Doubting Thomas. About see, I can remember 32 hours ago conversation, but I can't remember what I'm talking about right now. But Doubting Thomas, uh, his disciple, one of Jesus's disciples, doubted, and so yes, these were. Never mind. It was a conversation for 2 hours and 15 minutes ago.
I tied it in. I
Thank you.
understood what you were going.
Thank you.
See, Dolly. Unlike Pebbles, I listen to the words you speak.
Finally, somebody listens to me.
Well, what?
And I love that you get my humor. I remember one time I wanted to tell a dirty joke, but I just didn't have it. So I set it up and you ended it because you saw the same TikTok thing I did. That was like one of my favorite memories of being on panel with you, was that I set it up, you took it, and it was funny. It was the
Lady
old.
Trapper's in the chat.
Oh, hey. Hey, Laura. I enjoy listening to your it's not shows. What are they called? Your
Streams.
streams. Yes, I enjoy listening to your streams.
I enjoy listening to her radio podcast. Her
Well, someday I'm
radio.
going to call in and
Are you?
talk. Yeah, yeah. Call in. I'm going to call in.
Do you have the number?
Yeah, it's 1-800. Oh, I shouldn't say it out loud, should I?
Scrapper one.
Yeah,
1-800 Scrapper one.
that would work perfectly, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
I think I did it while you were live one time because somebody asked, but I called 411 for because we didn't know if it still worked anymore in America, and I think it told me where to go. Well, not badly, but I don't think it
Oh, I was
works
gonna say
anymore.
I could do that if you want to slow it down. I can tell you where to go. I do it to Pebbles all the time. Um, see, Pebbles is like an older sister, like a way older sister,
Not
and
that
so
much older.
well, she is, but I mean, carbon dating, cut off a finger and count the rings. But no, I'd kind of treat her like a sister, you know.
There is people that you can joke with, and you know that they're going to joke back, or you can give them some grief, and they'll uh, give you grief back. And Pebbles is one of those people. She'll get your humor. Sometimes she gets my humor.
Lady Scrapper
Um,
said she'll be going live AF, and you know what AF stands for?
After Frankenstein.
Live as fuck. No, I'm kind of, she meant that.
Oh,
That's
I really enjoy her thing. Dang it. Stream. Thank you.
her thing stream thing.
Like I always, oh, great show, Jeff. It's not a show, Dolly.
It's a radio signal.
Yeah,
Um, she says she'll be going live again soon, but she's been cleaning her art space.
I need to. I always need to, though.
I come help you.
And you know what? We can get it done really quick. And you,
Yeah,
last time you offered, you promised to bring your label maker. So,
yeah. I need to get more labels for her. I think I used them all last week.
oh, I'll buy them for you
I've
if you
got
fly
white.
out
I've
there.
got white on black, but I usually prefer the black on white labels because they're easier to read.
I think so too.
So I gotta get more of those because Christmas is coming. Um, yeah, I think Lady Scrapper probably got her table and her desk and her
Oh,
disco ball. I think every
disco.
craft room should have a disco ball.
Oh, I think they should. I wanted to have a panel where I was like the nightgown quilter because a lot of times when I quilt, it's at night. I'm in my nightgown already. I'm already comfy, and I go, this would be a cute, thing. Then or the granny, not the grannies because there are a lot of grannies quilt, but the nightgown quilter.
That would work.
And I was going to do like how to do things, but I was going to do this is what I did and it really screwed up, so don't do what I'm doing right now. That was
Okay,
that thing. That was my click or whatever.
that works.
Yeah. My watch just told me I have taken 20 steps today. Please, I'm in training. Just back off. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, when you hit double digits, you're kind of overdoing it now.
Well, a little bit, but
Now you're just trying
um
to be productive and like, yeah,
well, with all this insulin, I'm taking more steps at a time. So I'm running for an ambulance because I'm going to go in diabetic ketosis. I'm going to die, but hey, the prices went down 160%.
I'm here to give workspace advice. Laura
Mm-hmm.
says her new furniture for her art space is coming in piece by piece. So one piece came yesterday. So I have a bit of a mess transferring stuff into my new storage cabinet. Laura, let me help you out there. There's a place connected to your house. Some guy uses it. But if you want to store some stuff right on top of other stuff, just lay it flat across that space. It's fine.
I think
And
so.
I mean,
Yeah.
give and take, take a little bit more than you give. But
But don't pay rent. Do not pay rent, Laura. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, don't yeah, just it'll be fine. I mean,
It will.
I'm in support of it.
Me too. We could help you move it.
I offered to help Phil once and I'll never offer to help again. He said, "This desk is messy." And I said, "I can come clear it off for you. I have a box." I said, take your hand from the right side and just scoot it across until everything falls into a trash can or a box. He didn't like that idea. I don't know what I'm doing wrong in this life.
He has radical ideas. I'm just going to leave it at that because I like Phil and I don't want to hurt him. But he's kind of old fashioned where he doesn't want to change his.
I wouldn't do that with Lady Scrapper. I'd be like, what do you need? Like,
Uh-huh.
let's go over this piece by piece. Let's
Are you going to
organize
use this?
what I go make.
Do you love it, or can you donate it?
She says she has stuff on the floor. No, that's not where it goes in the hallway. That's common area. No, put it right across Phil's workspace. That'd be great. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally trying to cause domestic rift. I was just passing by the room and heard my name. Well, shit.
Ah,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's Friday. Very good. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, those hoarding counselors. Not that I'm saying
mhm.
Lady Scrapper hoards or anything, but
I do.
they really get down deep. Like, hey, so is this important to you? Do you think you'll use it? And you see them like shake their head and they're like going back. And like, yeah, actually, I think I will. I have a good use for it. You just the psychology of organization. It'll be good.
I've read about it. Um, okay, the rest of my house is fine. It's fine. I have, little kid things getting on the refrigerator and stuff. I mean, so it's a lived in apartment. It's not perfect, but it's fine. But the craft room, oh dear God in heaven. Jeff, you would have a stroke at your age. Even though you're really, really young, you would have a stroke if you came in my store. You go, oh, damn, Dolly, I got the matches. Let's go. It's that bad.
I see. I understand that because I've had aunts and my mother-in-law's a quilter.
Oh,
She's very organized, and her and I argue about having junk drawers and the purpose of such things. And I found out that she has one. It's great inside information. Also, she doesn't organize her cabinets like her pantry. Like nothing's in order and facing out. She just throws things up there somewhat haphazardly. So I organized it once. But I found out that sometimes when you walk, you have to know why it's like that.
I think because her fabric and her notions and her templates are important to her, where the food was, oh, well, I don't have time for this. I got to go quilt. And she just throws it in the cabinet. That's kind of what I do with cabinets like that.
But it's so weird because the rest of her life is so organized and she's so very intelligent, master's degree in many things, like 2 master's degrees, and
Wow.
everything else is very organized except that fucking cabinet. Look, we had a Thanksgiving, and she told me and my niece, look, hey, can you guys look in the cabinet and see? I'm like, why are you sending 2 people? This is a sign to look for this. And I'm like, okay. And we're looking. I think it was sweet condensed milk or something. I'm like, where? She goes, oh, it's there somewhere. It's not. It's not how we do things in America.
Kind of sacrilegious.
I know.
You
I was like,
know,
she had to go look for it. She knew. She goes, oh, it's right here. I'm like, see, that's not. It's not even right. It was right next to the stuffing.
now, where would
Like
you have put it? I would have put it with the canned stuff, but
the,
not by the canned vegetables. They're
the
sacred.
baking
Nothing.
shelf
Yeah.
that she has everything else baking wise on a shelf, but it wasn't. See, and I'm like, oh man, now we're gonna have to get you an alert bracelet. I'm gonna have to get you cameras. It's going downhill now. So we always joke about it. I took the labels off her cans once. I said, but I took a marker and wrote like GB for green beans.
That's actually funny.
That's why you don't let me babysit your house when you're gone. But yeah, that was fun. I said, well, hell, the labels aren't turned where you can see them anyway. What's the point? I'm never letting you in my house again while I'm gone. I said, yeah, you're right, whatever.
That I would have laughed over that.
I would have. I did. I still do. She does now, but she wasn't laughing that day.
Oh, probably not that day. No.
I was going to make us our first home cooked meal since we came back from vacation, and I had to look through every can to see what GB meant. What did you think it meant?
Good boy.
Well, we have some good boy here, and we have some
Great
golden
Britain.
corn. GC is golden corn. It was funny. It's still funny. Now, but none of the rest of the family will let me stay at their house alone either. They're afraid. They're very afraid. And they should be. I mean, I might pull a prank on you or 10. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but what if I came to your house and I didn't wipe my feet at the door? I mean, you would lose your mind. Or if I laid on your couch, I just sat. So I understand how somebody could be upset with the GB.
You know, I don't even lay on my couch.
I know, but see, that's why I was going to do it, just to piss you off.
Well, then I have the enforcer. Where's she at?
Oh, now do not sing Karma after me. Karma, baby, it's okay.
She's out. She's actually asleep on the bed.
Wow.
Well, Dolly, I got to run.
Okay.
We got a lunch date in 15 minutes.
Okay. And I'm just very disappointed that Pebbles didn't come on. She didn't call in.
She's very busy. Don't be going after my friend Pebbles. Only I can make fun of her.
She has 32 cats.
She has barren land.
And we're both thankful that I'm here too.
I don't want to know.
I had to
All
have
right,
an
y'all be good.
X-ray. I had to have an X-ray the other day, and I said, "Why don't you guys ever ask me anymore if I'm pregnant or not?" And they laughed and laughed and laughed. Okay, that's it. Ask me
That's
if I'm
funny.
pregnant, and I'll say no. And or I could say I might be. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't had a monthly for a while.
Tell them you can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. Okay, bye, bye, everybody.
All right, see ya.
I really do like Morgan. Bye.
Yeah. We were going so well there for a long time. And then Dolly had to pull that stunt. All right. You guys save everybody. I'm going to go. Here's a song for Phil to keep in his head for the rest of the day.